Rolling. So, praises. Yes, man. Out here back another day, man. Another day closer to the end of this kingdom, man. And closer to our kingdom. So we want to give our praises to Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rukakadosh.
Giving double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutes to all the fathers and elect men, man. They're the ones we're really searching out, which is spiritually searching out.
Come on.
Yeah, so we're going to get into some of these. Let's open up with Sirach 39 and 1 and see where the street takes us.
Come on.
There's a lot taking place.
39 and 1, yeah?
Yeah.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 39, starting at verse 1, and it says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High."
Yeah, so we're giving our mind to the law out here. That's what we're doing. We're giving our mind to the law of the Most High. Holy for wickedness in this world, man. Distractions taking place. But we're, through the power and the spirit of the Lord, we're back out here again, man. Despite all the folly that we have to go through with this sea, the crowd, the people, the sea of people. You know, giving our Lord to the mind, and we're occupied. Carry on.
"But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out all the wisdom of the ancients and be occupied in prophecy."
Yeah, all the wisdom of the ancients and these prophecies. So the ancients is the history, man, and our forefathers, which were us coming back again, regurgitating. A lot of it is regurgitation. You know, bringing back up the ancients of times past.
The things that were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Yeah, and you can get that. Spirit goes for the spirit. Yeah, so seeking out the wisdom of all the ancients and to be occupied in prophecy. The prophecies are things that are taking place now and future tense things that are going to take place. I was watching this one, you know, as you watch the news, there's so much taking place. Do your best to keep up with the videos, and your own videos come to you in different shapes, different ways, man. But now I was watching one of the brothers' videos, and he put up what one little youth was explaining how he was playing in the yard over there. He was playing in the yard with his friend, and his friend right in front of him. He said his friend head just exploded in front of him. This guy it wasn't no more than 13. He wasn't even a teenager. You know, under 12, a youth. So and that's the terror of the Lord. But that is prophecy. That is prophecy. Something to say.
Yeah, Job, you can tell, innit? Job, a lot of people in the world will be like, "Oh my gosh, it's so terrible.
Yeah.
How could that happen to a child?" Well, guess what, man? Job chapter 4 verse 7, I believe, says, "Remember thee, whoever perished being innocent,
Yep.
or wherever the righteous cut off." So that boy whose head exploded, that was his judgment from the Most High for whatever he did, either in this lifetime, probably in a lifetime past, because when you're 13, you're kind of, you can do wickedness, but it's not as much as when you're a full-blown adult. You don't have the free reign to do what you want to do. So maybe he did something.
No,
in
not
his past
maybe.
life.
Definitely.
Well, yeah, because the Most High is not unrighteous. Yeah, definitely.
I was thinking the same thing, because if you look back in the Christian church,
They'll be crying.
They'll get you somewhere to fucking. What do you think of it? You know what I mean? Trying to get you to feel because there's people coming up now saying, "Oh, what are you doing about it? Oh, what are you speaking? Why don't you speak up about it?" Some brother put up a video. You got one coon coming out and he's referring to Black Lives Matter, saying, "Fuck you! Don't you see the killing of innocent children?" You probably come across it. All the man that's well into their social media. But I was watching one of the brothers' videos. He brought it up. Fuck you! Then you got nothing to say about that. We don't promote, which we don't promote, but the Lord, we have to bring out these prophecies.
Yeah.
Make it known, man, as we're doing. Making mention of what's taking place. And why don't you speak up about it? Well, we're for Yahshua Allah, we're for our people, man.
We're for the Israel of the Most High, which is the elect. Because a lot of Israel is wicked, and that's why a lot of Jacob getting killed.
Right. So we're speaking up, we're making mention of what we're seeing. As one of the elders was going into, man, seeking out the wisdom of all of the ancients and being occupied in prophecies. And whatever way you turn, you're going to get hit with something.
Yep.
You're going to get hit, licked with something. You ever seen them pinball machines?
Yeah.
It's like the ball just
bang, 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 bang. Off all the corners, yeah.
Like I woke up one morning, it's like, most times it's like, I banged my head. It was like bang, like Satan was on me though. I think I was being a bit, what's the word, man? The demon. You know when you have them terrifying, what they call it?
The terror in the night.
Terror in the night. Sleep.
I hate to call it sleep paralysis, but it's basically demons fucking.
Yeah, fuck with me, and I woke up in all kinds of pain, man. It's like I was wrestling all night with
like Jacob wrestling with the enemy.
And then I woke up, and what was in my mind? Lamentation just kept going around in my head. I had to get up. I had to do it. I had no way out of it. I had to do the video, and I had to do it. Go into it. Lamentations chapter 3. You know, it is of the Lord's mercy that we are not consumed, man. Bring it out, man.
Yeah.
So we're coming into some serious times. We're going to see people dropping by the wayside as we have been seeing.
Do you want to start from verse 1?
Yeah.
Lamentations chapter 3 verse 1. I am the man that have seen affliction by the rod of his wrath.
Right.
He hath led me and brought me into darkness, but not into light.
So he was lamenting. He was crying.
Jeremiah, right?
Yeah. That's lament. That was he was crying, lamenting. Right, means to be crying, bawling, wailing. Bob Marley and the Wailers come to mind. Peter Tosh and the Wailing Souls. They was known as the old school Trojans. Them old school Trojans singers. Wailing Souls, another one. Bunny Wailer. So that's all up in Benjamin. Wailing.
Yep.
So he was wailing, man. You know about, and which one of us haven't seen? Read that one again.
Lamentations 3 verse 1 again. I am the man that have seen affliction by the rod of his wrath.
Right, if we used to do a survey in Israel, man, all of us have.
We've all been catching licks.
110%, all of us have seen the afflictions, man, of our people. And we're going to see more coming down the pipe. Some of it within our own family. Some of us know we're well acquainted with afflictions, man.
Yep.
It's not nothing to be proud of. It's just what we know. We and brothers all got testimonies of what we can all go into.
Yep.
And sometimes it's not even. I don't want to get into some of my things. What I've been through. You know what I mean? But Lamech, he was wailing, man.
Yep.
Go on.
Verse 2. He have led me and brought me into darkness, but not into light. Surely against me he turneth his hand against me all the day.
That's how he felt. Man. The other day, carry on.
Verse 4. My flesh and my skin hath he made old. He hath broken my bones.
Yeah, since I've been in the street, I never had grey hairs, man. I never had no grey hairs. You know, I watched one of my own videos. So this truth, man, the wisdom can do that for you. When I say wisdom, I don't mean like the wisdom of this world. I'm talking about being aware of who we are, the reality of this world, what we are, and what we're about to go through. All that could put a little bit of could put some grey hairs onto you, man.
Yeah, how was shy. He had grey hairs at the age of 33.
You know, Ecclesiastes 7:7. Mere oppression make a
wise man mad.
You know.
Verse 5.
Yep.
He hath builded against me and compassed me with gall and travail.
Yeah, the other day I think me and you are kind of similar in a way, where we pick up spirits. You pick up vibrations and spirits that they call it energy or
sensitive to it. Yeah.
We're sensitive to spirits, and I was walking towards. I saw a crowd of what looked like Ishmaelites and Jacobs were walking towards me, and the spirit said, I couldn't be too close to them. They had an energy on them that I had to get away from. And I went, and as I was walking, I was on my road, and as I was walking, I went around the car, and I stood there for them to get past. You know what happened? Satan must have jumped on one of the Ishmael guys, and he come with his phone, like to want to be a selfie with me. And I said, what the fuck you doing, man? I said, what are you doing? I don't know you. Fuck off. But you know what? The Spirit of the Lord, when I went in the yard, I had to put up a curse because I was thinking I wanted to do some more. But I was early on in the day, I've got my prayers that I put up. So the Spirit of the Lord had me, contained me. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? So I went in the yard, I was boiling, man. But I had to let the steam out. So I could have done some things, man. I'm saying, what the fuck? That was violating my rights, wasn't it? What do you say? What do you say?
I'd say it was a demon on him trying to rile you up, and that's meant to happen. You know, we're in this flesh and we're not of this world.
Yeah.
If we were of the world would love its own, but we're not, we're out of the world. So therefore, the demon that was in him, it wasn't him that done it, it was the demon in his vessel,
Right.
was trying to draw you out into confrontation, because that's what demons want to do. They know who we are.
Yeah.
I'll give the example. A lot of times in your house, shall we be teaching, the spirits in people will be screaming out, what is thou to do with us, son of David? Did you come to torment us before the time? And how shall I tell them to shut up? Because they were blowing his cover, essentially. Right? So we're undercover in this world. We're of the hopeful elect. And if we are indeed of the elect, then we're those predestined spirits. The rest of the world doesn't recognize us, but the demons in them recognize us. So the demons will stir up, and they're trying to draw you out, because really, they want to try and sift people out the truth. Get brothers to act all wild and crazy, and then that's when you get sifted. Surface level thing of he was just violating your space, but there's more to it. He was doing it for a reason, and the reason was to draw you into confrontation. So it's good that you stay spiritual, and okay, you cursed the guy out, but you didn't strike him. You know what I'm saying? Let it go, but just be aware that whenever you leave your house,
finish.
whenever you leave your house, you're under attack. Be it from people being impatient in the supermarket behind you, or people cutting in front of you in a queue. These are all things that are trials and the wars that take place in the spirit. If I may, Baba Kashar, I know go back to Lamentations, but there's a good psalm that I'll mention, because I was having trouble. I got testimonies shit afterwards.
Yeah, but we'll go.
This is Psalms 121. This is a good one to pray before you go out, because I sometimes have people try and shoot with me when I leave my house. I don't like to leave my house.
As a matter of fact, we might jump on that for a little bit, come something else for brothers.
Right, Psalms 121 says, I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber, which is a good point, because remember, the Most High don't sleep or slumber. He sees everything. Well, he's got his angels watching everything that we're going through, and there's nothing that happens to us that the Most High is not aware of, and everything that happens to us is predestined. Like that guy coming up to you taking a selfie, as it says in Job, when deep sleep falleth upon a man, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of man and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw pride from man and hide them from their purpose. Roughly paraphrasing. But the point is, that guy went to sleep last night. He was pre-programmed to bump into you in the street and try and take a selfie. That was he was actually fulfilling his lot. Yeah, it might be annoying, but he was actually doing the will of the Lord, just on the left-hand side to try and draw you out. So I'll just quickly finish this, just a few more verses, Bible, just like it. It says, Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. And here's the good point, verse 7. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going in and thy coming. So I'll read that again. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. So that's a good one to pray, like before you leave in your house. You know, Yahweh's going to keep my going out and my coming in. Even Elder Apostle Bakar mentioned this the other day in one of his videos about, you know, brothers need to pray, you know. When you're going about your day-to-day business, pray, man, because you never know which day might be your last. And in this world, a lot of people like to put off the idea of dying. You know, they put it off and they don't want to think about it, but the reality is, today could be your last day, tomorrow could be your last day, next Wednesday could be your last day. You never know. You know, so that's why you have to pray constantly and pray that the Most High keeps you, not just keeps you alive, it keeps you in His truth, because being alive and not in His truth is kind of a fate worse than death. Because you're just like the walking dead waiting to be destroyed. Back to you.
You're dead, you're walking dead, you're living dead, there's no
walking
spirit.
charcoal.
Yeah, no spirit in you, and you're, as the brother, you know, missile food, so to speak. So yeah, we stick to some of them precepts there because yeah, I was the spirit of the good there. Oh man, let me read this. Psalms 141 and 2 says, "Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as an evening sacrifice." Because when I came in, I was boiling, right?
It vexed you, yeah.
Right? Because I was thinking, you know, I mean, you know, where did that just come from? I was like, what? Down the road, and I said, fuck off, I don't know you, fuck off, right? And I walked to the yard, I'm thinking, I should have just took the phone and just nick him in the head with it or something. I'm not promoting that, but you know, I'm saying how I felt like, what I felt like doing, which I didn't do, which is all praises and glory given to the power of the Lord, man. The power of prayer. Because I've got my little what do you call, my Hebrew selection of prayers that I've got. Brothers say we don't go into all our personal prayers, but I've got my little personal tailor-made prayers for me. But I'm going to read this to back up what you just read, yeah? Psalms 141, 3 says, "Set a watch, O Lord, before me, before my mouth, keep the door of my lips." That's also to show that when you ask the Most High for something, or you ask for wisdom, be mindful that that is how it could be shown that he's giving you wisdom. That is one way how you could show that he's giving wisdom. Now let me say this thing. When I came into a little testimony, a quick one. When I was in the world, right, doing folly, and I became, you know, I had a certain basic knowledge of the Bible, the laws, right? And I turned over a new leaf. You don't have to go into detail, right? I turned over a new leaf. It's funny because when I was in certain areas, I mentioned it to certain brothers, and I was in posh areas, and I was seeing people they had their keys in the front doors. So I knew I was cognitive. That's a test. So you know what I did? Just to show the Most High, and also that was what the Most High was giving me, to give me a sort of a form of self-assurance that you've passed it. When I used to knock on the doors and say, "You got your key in the doors." So that was like, when I did that and I walked away, you know they say there's more happiness in giving than receiving?
Yeah.
That is true. I'm talking from experience, I'm talking from as a testimony. There is more happiness in giving than receiving. Because when I was in the world, I was doing all kind of folly, right? Brothers have similar testimonies. We're all unique in our own way. And when the Most High gave me those little things there, I walked away feeling good about myself. You understand? It's like the Most High give me a little bit of confidence. It's giving me some kind of self-assurance. Yeah, there is actually more giving. And I'm talking about in the 90s, way before I came into the truth. And similar things kept happening. Very similar things kept happening. Men was walking in front of me, men dropping money out on the floor in front of me, you know.
Yeah.
Like £50 note, £20 notes. I won another one, right? A guy was talking, he was all happy, it was around New Year's Eve and all that, you know. Merry, the time of all the merries, the people who were all merry. And I just looked down, he dropped a whole heap of money out of his pocket. So he walked out. I said, right, this is a gift from God, right? This is a gift from God. And I took the money and I walked away for a little while. And I said, fucking no, man. Hey, you can't do it. And my spirit, my conscience said, no, you can't do it. Kept cutting me. So I went back. I had no idea what was going to happen. I stood there for about 5 minutes. I think something's going to happen. So I'm going to have to find a way to give it to him.
Yeah.
He came back. I said, "Are you all right?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "You lost something." I said, "Have you lost something?" He said, "Yeah." I took out the money and I gave it to him. But the first instant was, "Is this a gift from God?"
Well, the demon will try and persuade you that.
Right.
And convince you, so it makes you take the bait.
But then, when I walked away, he said, "Oh, so he was happy, he hugged me and all that." But he said, I will give you some, but I'm really in need right now. I said, "No, don't worry about it." But you know what? Let me say this too. Right? I'm going to read it again. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth. Keep the door of my lips. Right? Incline my heart to any evil. Incline not my heart to any evil thing. To practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let me not eat of the dainties.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then now that was in the 90s. Now when I started to come into the truth, right, now we're talking like around 2016, 15 and all that, and we were getting familiar with brothers. I kept finding money on the floor. I kid you not, brothers can know. I said, "I know what, I keep finding money on the floor." You know what came to me? All those years ago. So the Most High has ways, man.
I've got a precept to back
to
you up.
reward you.
Yeah. I've got a precept to back you up. Yeah. This is James 1 verse 12. Blessed is that man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised that to them that love him. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High God. For the Most High God cannot be tempted with evil, neither he tempteth he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And when sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. So that all those times, like you gave the testimony, they were finding the man's money on the floor. If you'd have taken that money, you'd have sold your crown and taken it. Like, because you'd have gotten the reward then. Likewise, when you saw those keys in people's houses, if you'd have gone in there and spoiled their goods, that would have been your reward. So therefore, you've got to keep the eye on the real prize, which is the crown.
Yeah.
So in them situations, you're being tried and tested, and thankfully you overcame those tests, because there's a lot of brothers who wouldn't have.
Yeah.
A lot of brothers would have taken that money and pocketed it.
See with the instance what just took place, I'm not going to go into details. See, now, the Most High knows who the true Judases are. I'll say that much. You understand? And he knows who his loyal servants are. I'm going to bring this precept out. Sirach 2:1 says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And this is to show as well. There's an old saying. Esau saying, a leopard can't change his spots, right? Or a tiger can't change his stripes, something like that.
Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah.
So but I'm a walking, living example, man. With my testimonies that they've been coming back to me a lot. There's more because there's a whole heap of shit going on in there that the Most High is bringing up. Because there's a lot of things that take place in us, that's in our subconscious mind that we don't even bloody remember.
But that's the part of being reborn.
When we opened up.
Yeah, when you come into the knowledge of this truth and you come into it sincerely, you become a new creature. Yeah. So all those old ways, it doesn't come off you overnight, but it's a process of continual refinement. It's kind of like when you see people do sculptures, like they've got a giant piece of stone and they'll hit it with a chisel. I'm slucky. They've got a giant piece of stone and they'll hit it with their hammer and the chisel, and they'll keep chipping it away. And at first you'll think, what the hell are they doing? But over time, you start to see the image being formed. And that's how it is when we become new creatures in this truth. All the old ways that we had back in the world, over time, those get chipped away and we become a new creature in this truth.
Yeah. So I'm a living example. Abu Ratazar, I read it again. Sirach 2:2, I read it again and I'm going to carry on. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Brothers are coming into the truth. Brothers are in. I'm young in the truth. I'm born again, which is a blessing. Nothing wrong with that, being born again. Temptations. We're going to see something. Men jumping out the window. Brother said that word. Men jump out the window. Men who've been in longer than us. Jumping out the window. So, see, these are all tests, man. You understand? Yeah, I carry on reading. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. Your family, brothers that have lost family members, and that could be really, that obviously everybody grieves differently. But that's part of the temptation that you have to endure when you come into the truth. I was always a happy-go-lucky person and I don't get bogged, but you see, now I'm occupied, I'm more occupied now. I can't do the things I used to love doing. AKA boxing and all that, because now there's so many things happening, training, prophecies hitting off, and I've been so occupied now.
This is the real fight.
It's put a more of a solemn spirit on me, which is it's all right, because Abu Ratazar, if I be more focused in this thing, the end goal is that crown, not that carnal crown, but that spiritual crown. More focused on this. How should I say it? I keep that eye single.
My whole body will be full of light.
You got a precept?
Yeah, I was just holding back what you originally started because it links back to it. I'll get that one if you want.
Yeah, get that one. There's Abu Ratazar, there's people similar, maybe going through certain things similar. As we come into this truth, I'll read this until you find it. Yeah. I'll carry on reading. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mightest be increased at the last end. So when I was on the way coming to the truth, I just kept finding £20 notes, just quick little money, then they man up. But at the same time, I didn't know why I was getting them. But then I think back, the Most High has ways of rewarding you, and it doesn't always reward you the way you might have been expecting. I might have been expecting to get a reward when I opened it, I knocked on a woman's door, I handed her a t-shirt and said, oh, thank you. And give me a big hug, or you might not get a reward like that, or find money walking down the road later. But there is a reward that you do get. There's more happiness than giving than receiving. Mm-hmm. Go on.
Just to back up your point, when you come to this truth, you have to become a master of living under what's called deferred gratification. And a lot of people can't do that, because deferred gratification means that you're not going to get your joy right straight at this moment. You're putting it off and thinking, you know what, man, in the future I'm going to get that. Whereas a lot of people in this world, they don't have that mindset. They're very much like children. I want to do it now. Right. I want to have my cake and eat it. I want it now. Right? So they're basically trying to get their satisfaction now, and they're doing it, trying to come up the quick way. Whereas if you're more spiritually mature, this is what a man's supposed to be. You're supposed to be like, you know what, man, I'm going to do the thing that's difficult now, and then in the end, I'll do the thing which is pleasurable. That's obviously like going back to the mindset of a Stoic, rather than what was it, Epicurean, people who live for pleasure. So we are going to get our pleasure, but we have to have faith that it's going to come in the future, not right now. So that's deferred gratification. Right, so this is Luke 11:34. The light of the body is the eye. Therefore, when thine eye is single, thy whole body is also full of light. But when thine eye is evil, thy body is also full of darkness.
Yeah. So when you're focusing on this is the ultimate reward, ultimate goal. And there is a reward. I'll say that I put my own testimony. There is a reward. There is a reward. You're tired, you're coming to the camp, you're bringing your lot, what you've got to offer. You're giving, repentance. And when you're not giving in any other kind of way, you're giving of your energy, your time. Right now, brothers, you've got younger brothers around, and they could be, doing all kinds of other stupid things, that we ourselves were doing before we came into the truth. We put that off, and we put something. We've got our priorities more right, more focused. And that's what he's talking about. The eye, keeping the eye single.
There's one more verse.
Yeah.
It says, verse 35, Luke 11:35, take heed therefore that the light which is in thee be not darkness. If thy whole body therefore be full of light, having no part of dark, the whole shall be full of light, as when the bright shining of a candle doth give thee light.
Right. Yeah. So there's a saying, focus, what's the saying, man? Tunnel vision. When someone's got tunnel vision, it's a sports terminology. When you just everything just seems to be going right, you focus, keeping your eye on the prize or on the ball, if it's football, whatever the case may be. So we got tunnel vision, our brothers are, and we get more into that tunnel vision, which the spirit, like if you're occupied in prophecy, man, it's like the prophecies are hitting you. They're hitting you up.
Yeah. You're
waking up in the morning, they're giving you videos to do. They're telling you you're occupied in prophecy. You're overwhelmed in the right way, not in the wrong way.
Well, that goes back to hearing the voice of Yahweh Shai. What does it say? My sheep hear my voice.
Yeah.
So when we see these things, these signs in the world, we're reminded of the things that Yahweh Shai told us before, Matthew 24. Remember when you shall see all these signs? Earthquakes, uproars of the people, We're seeing those signs. So the prophecies that are speaking, we hear them.
Yeah.
But the rest of the world don't hear it, but we hear it.
Right. Sometimes you wake up with, anyway, let's get back to Lamentations, because we're going to let the scriptures
flow. Back in Lamentations, so is it chapter 3, verse 5. He hath builded against me and compassed me with gall and travail. He hath set me in dark places as they that be dead of old. He hath hedged me about that I cannot get out. He hath made my chain heavy.
Right. Yeah, this truth can feel heavy at times, but the elders are talking about the bitter and the sweet. Bitter and the sweet. So it's very sweet when you first come in. And in the first instance, very sweet. You're happy. You're happy to hear that, about the woolly hair, Revelation chapters 1, and he's a black man. All your life you've been told, you're just nothing, a spig,
less than nothing.
all these other words, all these other Bibles that they slang down on us from youth. And don't think that didn't affect you. It could have made you act out in it made you act out in one way or another, whether you're aware of it or not, but it affected you.
It's a form of abuse, really.
Yeah. Trauma. And brothers have got testimonies, Brothers sometimes, like I say, the Spirit of the Lord is going to reveal. You could be you could be standing there one day, or you're doing your little thing, your video, and boom, a testimony come back to you that you didn't even know was in your head, man. What you experienced. That's how the Most High is giving us that, opening up our pineal gland, man. He's giving us that light,
Verse 8, ready?
Yeah.
Lamentations 3 and 8. Also, when I cry and shout, he shutteth out my prayer.
Yeah, man. When that happened to me, right? When that happened to me, it was yesterday, And I've been praying about I've been praying about, keeping cool and everything. I thought, what you let that happen to me for? But when I went and I reflected, that was what it was. How far he wanted to show me how far you came. Yeah. And really you came a little bit up. You came quite far, you know what I mean? Yeah, you made some progress. Just let me say it like that. We're still in the battle. We're always in the battle. But you're making progress, and I want to see you make progress. And other rutters are every now and then I throw you a bone to make you feel, to boost you up a little bit, Yeah. Carry on.
Verse 9. He hath enclosed my ways with hewn stone. He hath made my paths crooked.
Yeah, you might feel like that sometimes. You might feel when I, YouTube, fuck with me, big time. Fuck with me, you see. But the Spirit of the Lord came on me and it fixed up. I ain't going into all the details, So he hath enclosed my ways with hewn stone. He hath made my path crooked. Yeah, you feel like that sometimes. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, verse 10. He was unto me as a bear lying in wait, and as a lion in secret places.
Yeah, carry on. Yeah.
He hath turned aside my ways and pulled me in pieces. He hath made me desolate.
Yeah, brothers, when you come in, you might have a trailer load of woman. Not an exaggeration. Women are always want to talk to you and things. And then next thing you know, he have caused that. Read that one again.
Yep, verse 11. He hath turned aside my ways and pulled me in pieces. He hath made me desolate. I've been told I've got an austere look about me. So, brothers, maybe you're not aware of it. Why you maybe ain't catching as much as maybe you used to. That austere, the Spirit of the Lord is on you, and you don't really do. And people sense your spirit too. They sense when you ain't feeling them. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like these women, they think, how come you ain't falling all over me like all the other guys do? Hey, your mouth ain't walking like all the other guys, man, and they start focusing on you. But they sense that on you. So you to them, you're no longer attractive to them because you're not a simp like them, like all other men they come across. Yeah. Where would you just read? Verse 11, going into 12.
Yeah, turn aside my ways and pulled me in pieces. He have made. We're getting to the kicker because there's a point we're getting to. Yeah. Right.
Verse 12. He hath bent his bow and set me as a mark for the arrow. So you basically we're targets.
Yeah. We feel like it sometimes. Well, we feel like we're targets. But we're dealing with this. But there is always a balance. Like I mentioned some of the things earlier. There's always a balance. I like to always bring out there's a balance so that brothers don't get all wobbly and wibbly and wobbly. There's an old game that say we go woggle but we don't fall down, man. That's true with Yasha Allah, man. Prince Buster Douglas, when there's a song, you pick him up, you lick him down and bounce right back. That's Yasha Allah, because even the two boys they're gonna come back in the right mind. But the elects, most definitely, they're saying, what the fuck are these guys made of? We're like that Terminator creature, man. Abu Ratazar, we are those guys. Yeah, carry on.
Verse 13, he hath caused the arrows of his quiver to enter into my reins. I was in a derision to all my people. and their song all the day.
So really, this is like a song, man. This is like one of them songs that, you know, the Sandman them used to bust in the 60s and the 70s. All them kind of wailing, kind of blues, or even blues. Elders supposed to talk about the blues. Always, it's like you just got.
How's he still gonna sing the blues?
That is hitting me. That's licking me with music, though. And when we do this, this is a song. This is a song.
Yeah.
This is a song, man. We're singing a song now. This is the new song that the Most High gave us. This new song. And but like I say, there's always a balance. Right now we're touching on the lamenting of right now, a little bit of bitter.
Yep. Verse 15. He hath filled me with bitterness.
See, that's the spirit.
Yep. He hath filled me with bitterness. He hath made me drunken with wormwood.
Stop there, because wormwood. I had some Nemo before I stepped out the yard today, because I use Nemo and it's actually good for a lot. For brothers that are into herbs and want to get a little bit more, do research on neem oil.
What does that do?
Neem oil, if you got, it's good for your skin. It's good for your blood. Neem oil, I mentioned it a little while back. It's a blood purification, purifier. It's good for your heart. It gives you lubricates, you know, your issues, your hair issues. If you've got any kind of alopecia, I had once upon a time I had alopecia. Your hair's growing back nice and thing. So that's the bitterness, and it's very bitter. But we know bitter is good for you.
But do you drink it or put it on skin?
I've made it into an oil. You can get the herb, the leaf. One of the brothers, I've shown one of the brothers. You get the herb, the leaf. It's all like flaky. You can put it in some olive oil and stir it up, or you could just leave it there and it will ferment. The leaf will ferment and it will just go all into the oil, and it's like you've got your neem oil there. Or if you want to do it, you can warm up a little bit of it in the oil in a pot, and you've got your neem oil there. Now I choose to let it ferment naturally, but it's very bitter, but it's very good for you.
Can't afford it.
And wormwood too. I don't know, brothers know about wormwood. Wormwood is good for brothers elders talking about detox. It's good for detox, and literally worms, and it's bitter too.
Right.
Yeah.
He hath filled me with bitterness. He hath made me drunken with wormwood.
Yeah.
He hath also.
And they use it. Also, they use it sluggy, man. They use it in wines to taste. To give wines taste. It's all right. They put a little bit of it in certain things like wines to give wine. Sometimes you get that bitter taste in wine. It's wormwood. Okay. You know?
He hath also broken my teeth with gravel stones. He hath covered me with ashes.
See, when I was looking into Apostle Paul when he was talking about the thorn in the flesh, right? When you look at how he was getting those he was getting hitten up, right? I looked into the word buffeted or whatever, right? And it's like he's getting punched up.
Yeah.
It's like he's getting punched up, getting blows. It's like he's in the ring getting knocked, punched about. Imagine by Tyson, and you have to just keep riding them, and you're getting them, you're feeling them. But that's what Apostle Paul was saying when he was getting buffeted, man. Yeah. Now that it goes back to that. Read that again.
Verse Lamentation 3:16. Yeah. You have also broken my teeth with gravel stones. You have covered me with ashes.
Yeah, he felt like his teeth would get. Obviously, it's not literal. You know, it's like he's getting brought down. He's getting brought down only to be built up, though. I have to throw that there. That's the matter of fact. He's getting brought down to be built up. Some brothers train. You know, brother usually mentions that he does his training, and you've got people in the world. They're walking around like nothing, like it ain't nothing, like nothing's bothering them, and he's training to keep fit. And he's feeling all these kind of ailments and pains. That's the Spirit of the Lord doing that, man. Which is keeping us grounded, buffeting us. It's like almost like you're getting licked up, pumped up in the spirit, though. And when you see the bigger picture, you know that makes it easier. You understand when you see the bigger picture. It's not because
he's not doing it to destroy us. He's doing it to build us up.
We're getting to the point, yeah.
Right, verse 17. Thou hast removed my soul far off from peace. I forget prosperity.
Bloody hell, brother's got all kinds of problems about lack of peace. You know, we try our best to keep that peace. You know what I mean? The Spirit of the Lord gives us peace. But brothers have to go into the certain environments day in and day out. Boy, that's horrible, man. That's horrible. You know, So you have to go. That's part of it, though. And still we're still out of pocket, financially, literally, but we're spiritually rich. But we still ain't gonna get, you know, what these sellers are getting right now, which we don't care. Because like you say, we've got the bigger picture, we've got the bigger goals, we've got the ultimate reward that we're gonna get, and we're getting rewarded now.
Yeah.
If we're mindful of it, we're getting rewarded now, so that we can continue. Yeah.
Well, if I may just say, this knowledge of this truth itself is the biggest blessing we could get on this side, man. Because imagine if you didn't know what was going on, you'd just be in the world like a fool, catching hell and not knowing why.
Like walking up to strangers to try and get clout and get selfies from people, like walking up to total strangers to get a flipping selfie with them.
Some good
right?
thing.
You don't know, and you put, you know, to get clout. And I said, you see, I'm supposed to. The guy's doing that, right?
And you're supposed to smile.
I'm supposed to be going, yeah, like, you know, I'm so grateful that you're putting me in your video, whatever stupidness you're doing. No, man. I'm gonna get that nigga, man. You wait, man. I put a curse up on that nigga. We're gonna get that nigga. Alright? That 2/3 nigga, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Verse Lamentations 3, verse 18. And I said, my strength and my hope is perished from Yahweh. Remembering mine affliction and my misery, the wormwood and the gall, my soul hath them in remembrance and is humbled in me.
Yeah. We don't care for this system. We don't care, man. We sit down in the dust with the Most High. You know, come down and sit in the dust, but we're sitting in the dust with the Most High. Come to mind, Moses. Let's get into that. Let's get that one.
Yeah, what one is that?
Hebrews chapter 11, around about 20, around about there. Faith, goes into faith. But just hit one or two of those faithful men there. I always like to go into some of them, our forefathers. You know? Then we can come back. We want to finish off this. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 20.
Oh yeah, I got you. I just went straight to it. This is Hebrews 11 verse 23. By faith, Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents because they saw he was a proper child and that they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Brothers, especially if you just started your little, you know, doing up your video, you ain't getting no views. We relate to that. If you ain't getting no views, you ain't got hardly much subscriptions. Brothers, we've been around a little bit longer, you know. The Most High starts to say, yeah, the reward is giving you a little bit, because you really do want to have views of the elect, Abaratazar. You want people to watch your videos. Abaratazar, they're of the elect, not for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you got brothers who have been around a long time. They've got brothers watching their videos.
Yeah.
Abaratazar, you know, to sift out those who ain't sincere. Now I've noticed that there's a lot of the other groups. They've got thousands and thousands. Some of them got millions, man.
That's the Broadway which leading
You know,
to death.
we don't care for that. We're not going into. We don't want that. Yeah, but that's the point here. Choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. And even now they're on an egg timer. As you can see, there's an example of what's going on over there in the East, the Middle East. The war was taking place. They're on an egg timer when they're in their festivals. Which some, you know, even if it was one of the elders saying, even if it was a what do they call them things when they're set up? Even if it was set up, right, people still get deleted anyway. Even if it was set up, you know, like when they plan something.
Yeah, it was obviously planned.
Yeah.
But basically it's a giant ritual sacrifice.
So they're on the egg timer now. People are getting deleted, whether it's a setup or not. People are getting deleted. These people are enjoying the temporary pleasures of sin. And also over here, a lot of people are getting deleted.
Just a quick one to add to what you're saying. I was meditating on this in the week. Esau's the master of deception, right? One of Esau's biggest deceptions is to make everybody think he's got longer left than he really has. Because he's trying to present himself as if he's always been in rulership. And see, it's easy for us to think on a carnal level, yeah, well, Esau's been around, 350, 400 years. It's going to take a long time for him to get knocked out of power. Really, he's just stunting that. He ain't really got all that long left. He might have, 3 years, 5 years, we don't know. But he hasn't got all the time in the clock. Even though he's trying to present himself with these, what do they call them, the WEF, World Economic Forum. They're having all these G20 summits. They're coming out there trying to act like they're in control when they've lost control, man. They were never in control from the start. This has always been the Most High's program. So it's important to keep that in mind, because really he hasn't got long left, man, and he knows it. He's trying to front like he has.
So 25, read it again. 25.
Yeah, 25. This is Hebrews 11:25. Again, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season.
Yeah, and then 26, and then we go back to lamentation.
Esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach great riches.
Right.
Let me read that again.
Yeah.
Esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasures of Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward.
Stop there. Hebrews 12:1. Yeah, Hebrews 12:1. I put off pride, man, and he saw the end goal. The end goal, the result of enduring to the end. Esteeming the reproach of Yahushua Mashiach, greater riches than the treasures of Egypt. So now this is modern day Egypt, specifically over there in Babylon. Yeah, modern day Egypt, but rekindled or revived Egypt, or really known as the revived Romans, or revived Sodom and Gomorrah, or Baal, Babylon. But everything that took place over there in the ancient Babylonians, what they were doing, talking about into that last night. They was into the feasting. Which a lot of the feasting was a lot of the things that he was feasting with, the gold and the silver in the time of Belshazzar and the Medes and the Persians. There was because they raided our temple. But that was big in there in those days. The ancient Romans, the Babylonians, the Medes, the Persians, the Romans, the ancient Romans, and back again now, the revived Romans. They're into this feasting thing, and the 2/3, and they want to be a part of it so bad that they're willing to sell their soul to get that steak. As the elders go into that steak that's in the Matrix.
Oh yeah, I don't want to remember anything.
The artificial steak that's not even real, that disappears in your mouth. So, but we ain't getting that. But what we getting though, esteeming the reproach, we're getting reproached though, and the scripture goes into that. If you're happy, that Matthew chapter 5 goes into all of that. You want to get that?
Yeah.
But then we're going to hit back to Lamentations. Read some of that. We're hitting the basics because we identify. You're always going to relate to the basics. You're always going to find encouragement from the basics, the fundamentals. Some brothers like to say. And the fundamentals, man. If you have a good job, they like to say that saying in boxing, a good job, man, you get you around the ring, But if you have the fundamentals and you have your all-rounder, Abu Rakazar, that's the end goal for us to get into all the brothers are talking about getting into the maps, the history. We've got brothers that specifically touch on all the subjects, but Abu Rakazar, if you want to really get into it, Abu Rakazar, we can get into everything Abu Rakazar, that's the ultimate goal. So if you're an all-rounder, that'll take you around the world. Yeah? Good job will take you around the ring. You know what I mean? But if you're all-rounder, you'll be winning all your bats, man. All the examples that we know of. So we want Abu Rakazar, that's the end goal.
Matthew 5, which verse, Baba Kushan?
Matthew chapter 5. Start from the top.
Matthew chapter 5, starting at verse 1. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him. And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted.
Yeah.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed.
Yeah, and we don't look. They don't look at the meek as anything. They just look at the meek to despise. You know, and what they used to do to us, the alligator bait, the lynching, and when you look at some of them old history documentaries, how they used to treat Jake, you know what I mean, which are our relatives, which was the curse of Deuteronomy 28, when they used to speak in that language, that Mississippi language. They said what, 3/5 of a human, man. You know, and that's still in the books over there, in America. 3/5 of a human being. Not even a full human. Which really, if you really get into the science of everything, where they are, even in their own science books, their own Amalekites breaking it down, we are the real people. We're the real full humans, man. They're the recessive people, the weaker on the planet. They themselves, their own science goes into it. When you get into all the melanin and that, which anyway, let's get back to this.
Back in Matthew 5.
So we are the real people, but they despise us, especially if you have a certain meekness about you. You've got to be assertive. Yeah, you do have to be assertive. You know what I mean? But you can't be presumptuous though, because there's a balance. In this world, you've got to be assertive. Like the women, you've got to be assertive. You've got to have the energy, you've got to have a bit of testosterone like men. But then when you come home, you want to run the yard. And that's how relationships get mashed up, you see. But you have to be assertive, yeah, but you have to have a meekness about you, which is doing the will of the Lord.
Well, this society kind of punishes men, especially so-called black men, for being assertive. They'll say, oh, he was threatening. You know, all a woman's got to do is say, oh, I felt threatened by him, and your ass is getting hemmed up by the police.
Yep. In the Christian church, they talk about how the women there, they're shame. Ain't fucking shamefaced in that place. Enough of them I've got their man. I'm gonna hit this precept, but I just gotta bring this out. Enough of them have got their men by their short and curlies, man. They're using that sex as a weapon, man. Yeah. They're very, very. I'm gonna say, I hope you're watching some of you women in the Christian church, wicked women, thinking that you're going under the radar. Most High knows who you are. You ain't meek and you ain't shamefaced. You're malicious and going out there on the ministry talking to people about God with the Bible in your hand. Damn hypocrite them.
Just a quick one, not to divert from your point, but to add to it, you're brilliant. I mentioned this before, I'll keep it brief, but some years ago I had to do a therapy group which was ran by women, because a lot of psychologists and therapists are unfortunately women. And I was sitting in there, I think I was probably the only guy actually. But it's ran by women that were younger than me as well. They were like women that had just graduated from uni, like in their early 20s, and they were talking about managing emotions and things like that. It's about emotional well-being.
Yeah.
And the facilitator of the group, she says, oh, something that I do when I don't get what I want is I will intentionally withdraw affection from my boyfriend. And she was saying, and this is something you can do to get what you want in life. And there are other women in the group nodding their head and being like, yeah, this is good information. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, this is wicked. It's
the unwritten rule, man. It's the unwritten rule. We all know about it, but it's
wicked and it's nonsense. Basically, she was saying, oh, well, I wanted my boyfriend to book a holiday for us, but he wouldn't do it. Every time I got home, he kept saying, oh, he wouldn't book it. So then I intentionally started to withdraw affection from him until he did what I wanted. And that's what they're teaching in the fucking therapy group. So it's no surprise that, you know, women out here are self-willed, they're not shamefaced, and they're trying to rule the roost. Yeah. And a lot of guys will just keep quiet and shut up because they don't want to be denied the sex, because they use the sex as a weapon. That's all I wanted to add.
So if you're going to be saved, as one of the elders say, and then we're going to get back to
Lamentations.
Yeah.
Oh no, Matthew.
If you want to be saved, you're going to be saved by being a wife to your husband, not by being a woman of the Lord or a Sarah. You know, you can be a Sarah, but you have to be a Sarah to your husband to get with the man of the Lord. And a lot of them are going to get the backhand in the spirit. The brother said they're going to get the backhand, but it's going to be in the spirit, not a literal backhand. You know, in the spirit. We see through sincerity. Ultimately, the Most High sees through like fake meekness or being that fake shamefacedness. Read 5 again, Bob. Try to read it. Yeah.
They call it smoke screens, isn't it?
Yeah.
Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
Yeah.
And blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
So we wanted to get to that. We're suffering. Why we're suffering? We're not suffering just for the sake of suffering, but we're suffering for imitating your whole Shire, man. But you think that it's not good. You think it's going unnoticed. You are being rewarded, just the same way as the E's are going to get rewarded according to Revelation chapters 18. Yeah, it's all massed up into the heavens, around verse 6 and 7. Let's get back to Lamentation. But he's making an account of all the things that you've suffered. Going back to it brings it out in Lamentations.
Yeah. Lamentations 3 again. Yeah. Go me. Lamentations 3. You got to verse about 17. And thou hast removed my soul far off from peace, and I forgat prosperity. And I said, my strength and my hope is perished from Yahweh, remembering mine affliction and my misery, and the wormwood and the gall.
Again, that comes up bitter again. The times when you was getting messed up from you as a young person, from in the womb, when your mother was getting there was abusing your mother in the hospital, man. There was abusing your mother in the hospital, trying to tell them you must get this V, you must get that V. That V thing is not no new thing. Trying to get you, separate you from your mother, trying to for you to bond with their fucking, what they call it, being institutionalized. In some cases, some of us were separated from our mothers to be institutionalized, to grow up to be one of their little coons, man. That happens. That's very popular, actually.
Yeah, well, I'll give you an example of that in the hospital. You've got the umbilical cord that connects the mother and the child, right? And the demons, they'll give the scissors to the dad. You're gonna cut it, but you're meant to leave it for like an hour because there's stem cells which is being transferred in the blood flow from the woman to the child. And the stem cell, basically, when you get into the science of it, it can become any cell. So a lot of times people get sick and because their umbilical cord was cut too quickly. But that's the first thing they do. Cut it! Well, why are you cutting it for, man? You're meant to leave it for a while, let everything drain from the mother into the child, man, after birth. But they cut it straight away. They let the dad cut it, and they're cutting off some of the most important cells that could further build up the immune system of the child.
Yeah.
So that hospital shit is demonic, man.
That's heavy. That's deep. It's deeply demonic. Deeply demonic.
They cut it and they take the baby out. They weigh the baby, 4 pounds 7 ounces. Then they give it to the mum. But you didn't just cut. And then there's some people that know this information, and they ask, well, can I take the cord home? They'll drain it and stuff. They say, nah, we have to throw it away. But it's mine. It's from me. So you know what I mean, like
they use it in rituals. They take all that stuff. And they say certain people. I know they eat, especially from Jake women, and they mess up. They actually try and get the reproductive organs, to steal it from the Jake women to give it to the Edomite women. We know this. We know this. Yeah, because they're very infertile. They're not fertile like even the 2/3 women. They're not fruitful. And we are fruitful. We always have been.
Even the give blood thing or donate blood, they always targeting Jake communities to donate.
And there's more that you see. But like I say, the Most High, He sees all of that, man. And He's talking about see, this is the lamenting what we're doing now. But there is Deuteronomy 30 and 7. The Persians are falling upon them because what's happening to their youth now over there, in the wars in the east. What's happening to their youths? Babies, When I watched it, I said, fuck it, let me watch this and think. I got to toughen myself up a little bit. Watch the youth and get fucked up. So I don't turn away, just fucking watch it, man. Because this is the judgment of the Lord before what they done to the alligator bait too.
No, I'm just not to divert from the point, but it's a miracle of the Most High, right? So you've got a dog with long legs and a dog with short legs, but they can both run at the same speed. How is the miracle of the Most High? How does He do it?
Oh boy, you're funny.
Like, check it out, see, they're running at the same speed.
God.
Right, here, carry on.
Yeah. So this is the dog specialist, man. What's your name? Is Caleb, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Brothers know what that means.
Right. So where was I? Lamentations, yeah.
Yeah.
Back at Lamentations 3, and
Read 17 again.
I'll go for
Oh,
17.
yeah. All right. Read 19. Yeah, read
Right,
19.
19. Remembering mine affliction
Yeah,
and my
that's it.
misery,
Yeah.
the wormwood and the gall,
Yeah.
my soul hath them still in remembrance,
Yep.
and is humbled in me.
Yep, we remember them too. You forgot. I forgot. I thought I didn't know. I said to myself, what the fuck do I know? I don't know nothing, you know. Right? It's true, but it's true though. When you come into the truth, you say, wow, I don't fucking know shit. But the most I,
I know
the
nothing.
things that is making me realise that there's things that up in there, right?
That haven't been unlocked.
You what you've been called a numbskull, right? But there's things up in there. It might be numb. Who knows what the fucking all that trauma that we've been through. That the most I say, fuck, let me open that shit up right now. Yeah. And it's all of his time.
Yep.
See, my soul. I read that one. 20. Lamentations 20. My soul hath them still in remembrance and is humbled in me. So the most I remember, because he remember, he's gonna make you remember.
Yeah.
And when that time comes, right, we're waiting patiently. Then they're coming like a flood. Isaiah 59, 19. Things are gonna pop off, and also, is it the Psalms 137? We're gonna be dashing their baby.
Oh, head against the stones, happy shall be.
Yeah, happy show. We're gonna remember. The more things we're gonna be coming, keep coming to our remembrance. Make it easier for us to do it.
Well, imagine that when we get changed and we receive those new bodies, Yahushua is gonna break everything down for us, man. Things we didn't even know. So we're gonna have that anger on us.
Yeah, I'll say this. I ain't supposed to be here, man. I do know that for a fact. I ain't supposed to be here. I was happy I was not happy. For the power and the spirit of the Lord, I walked out of them hospitals. I say them because there's more than one, man. The spirit of the Lord kept me here. That's why I'm here. So those things are going to come back to our remembrance. It's going to be easy, man, to do the dicing, you know, and the slicing and the dicing and the, you know, all of that.
We'll get creative with it.
All of that. Yeah, carry on.
Right, back in Lamentations 3:21, this I recall to my mind, therefore I have hope. It is of Yahweh's mercies
Ooh,
that
there
we
is.
are not consumed.
Boom. That's what I wanted, man. We were, a lot of us, let me say this too, you might not even know, you weren't supposed to be here, man. Fuck that shit, you weren't supposed to be here.
So they're trying
remember
to
this,
take us out.
remember what we're supposed to be, it was supposed to be a genocide, don't you remember that? We know that, we know this. We were supposed to be a genocide, wipe the fuck out of here, man. And that Windward rush thing, that is why they came up with that, their think tanks. Because once they finish using us, our parents, our grandparents, to do all their dirty work, the bus driving, the sanitations and all the cleaning the hospitals and the nurses and all that. We don't want them no more, man. Send them back. And they ain't supposed to be here unless they're doing something for us. So we weren't supposed, but it's of, see 22, I read it. It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed because of the compassions, because his compassions fail not. That is why we're here. That is why it's going to make it so much easier that we're going to be able to do what we're going to be able to do.
I just got to your point.
Yeah.
See, you've got to look at the spiritual side of it as well, because a lot of our parents came over in the Mingus generation. But that was because the Most High's position is pieces of the chessboard. How could we be here if our parents are still back in the islands? So a lot of us got parents, grandparents came over in the Windrush, and a lot of us descend from them. So, but we're here in this land now prophesying against it. So the Most High set that all up through the Spirit.
Yep. Of his mercies. And for even a bigger reason, his mercies, but his mercies stand forever, man. We know that his mercies stand forever. There's a little bit more, then after we touch on these, we're gonna hand on. We're gonna bring up before you
Like Khan.
Yeah.
So this is 21 again.
Yeah.
It's like in Lamentations 3:21 again. This I recall to my mind, therefore I have hope. It is of the Lord Yahweh's mercies that we are not consumed. It is because of his compassions. It is because his compassions fail not.
Yeah.
They are new every morning, and great is thy faithfulness.
Yeah. So we're not consumed. We're here to finish a duty. When I looked up the word, to finish. We're here to complete, as you rightly brought out. We're here to finish a duty while we're over here, of his mercies, to complete a duty, and that compassion that he showed us, his tenderness. Because there's a bigger picture, man, and it ain't gonna be complete until we are in our original position, what we lost. It ain't the duty or the job or the Most High's will ain't gonna be complete until we're back in a rightful position where what we gave up. Four when he was kicked out of Asgard. Yeah, because he became rebellious. It's a similar principle. And he said that he took the hammer. Odin, the god of thunder, his father, took the hammer and said, "You are banished. You are no longer going to be serving as the god." Right? And he said, and he took the hammer from him. He said, "He who holds the hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor." And Thor came down to earth as a mere mortal, without no power. And he had to fight, and just like what we're doing now, fight. Scripture goes into that too. Psalms 62, or is it 63? Psalms. I said you are gods, but you shall die like men.
Psalms 62. I'll get it to you.
Yeah. So that was, there's a comparison. There's a very similar comparison before as a god, and he came down to earth, and he had to fight for his food. He had to fight for his life. Literally fight until the Most High restored, until his father restored him with that hammer, and he got his power back.
Psalms 82 verse 6 says, "I have said ye are gods, and all of you are the children of the Most High, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes."
Yeah.
And he had to have a near-death experience before him to wake up and receive the hammer again, didn't he?
Yep. He had a near-death experience, man. He was lying. If you saw the movie, I really liked it. I related to it. When he was on the floor, he was crying. No, his father was in the Odin sleep, right? The Odin coma, and he was watching everything in the Odin coma, and he saw all what was happening to his son, and a tear came to his eyes. So that's the compassion.
Yeah.
That compassion, and he reached out to his son, and he said, "Right, you've been through enough now," and he just said, "Like, send him back the hammer." So Thor was on the floor. He was half dead. Literally, he could have been dead. You know what I mean? Half dead in the brain. And then he while he was in that coma or dead, his hand just came up.
Caught the hammer,
and then that was it. He was on. He was back a god again.
You see, that's all.
And I've done a video on that. They took that shit down. Yeah.
That's a shame. That's the scriptures, man, because that's us in our low state. You know, we had to catch all this hell for us to be, for the Most High to then turn around and have His compassion on us. And Thor receiving that hammer is like us receiving the word.
Yeah.
You know, that's brought us back to life. Now we're standing on our feet again, ready to stand against our enemies.
Yeah.
And that hammer, was it called Mildred?
Right.
Again, you could liken that to the truth.
Yeah.
We're using the sword of the spirit. Thor's using the hammer.
Yeah, can't. The sword, which can cut through anything, man. You know, the sword, the Bible, which is the power. Hebrews chapter 4 and 12.
So lucky you got me started now. But again, remember, not just anybody can wield the hammer. So nobody can wield. Not just anybody can wield the Bible.
Because when it was stuck in that concrete block, people. The average Joes, everybody was coming. There was a big queue of all the average Joes coming up to try and see if they can get it. No, couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Even Thor said, "Oh, let me just see something." Thor, as a cardinal man, he was a mere mortal again.
Yeah.
So he tried to get it the wrong way. So you can't come through the back door. That's the symbolism there.
You can't come any other way.
Pick up this Bible through the back door. You got to come the right way, man. There's the narrow gate.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Most High has to install that. You have to be of His. You have to be of His elect.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So when you've been through enough, and we all opened up with Lamentations.
Shalom, brothers.
You know.
Shalom.
And we're familiar with these afflictions. And we mentioned Sirach 3. When you come to serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation, man. Very similar parallels there. You know, come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation, and be always, you have your head, you're fully immersed. Abu Ratazar, we're immersed, as we mentioned also in Sirach 39 and 1. We're occupied in these prophecies, at the same time, while we're being refined.
Yep. And it's actually a good thing, because when you're occupied in prophecy, you're occupied in spiritual matters.
Right.
And then the matters of the world, they become secondary and tertiary, which just means third, to what's really important. if you're not meditating and occupied in prophecies, your mind's going to be racing on all kinds of worldly bullshit. And then when you find yourself doing worldly bullshit and you don't know why you're doing it, well, it's because you didn't give your mind over to meditating on spiritual things.
Yeah.
That's why Esau tries to pump so much non-spiritual stuff out there through the radio, through the TV, through the media.
Yeah.
A lot of people are occupied in folly, man. But we're not occupied in folly, we're occupied in truth and prophecy, and that's what keeps our minds focused and sharp.
Yeah, our hands are full. Yeah, there's no room for anything else.
There's no place for the devil to run up in there and get us doing wild shit. Lord willing, we stay occupied in the prophecies.
So we're going to hit this and then we're going to end off with Matthew. Matthew, one of my favourites. Well, we'll finish off with Lamentation, and we're going to end off with Matthew 4.
Right.
To back up what you said, yeah?
Right, so back in Lamentation 3, verse 23, and they are new, let me read from 22. It is of the Lord Yahweh's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning, great is thy faithfulness. Yahweh is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore will I hope in him.
Yeah, we're prisoners of hope. And that's a good thing, to be a prisoner. There's one thing we want to be a prisoner of, is of the Lord and of his mercies and of that hope that nobody else got. Only the potential, the hopeful elect, We've got a hope like no other, you know? So, yeah,
verse 26, Salakia. Verse 25. No, verse 24.
Yeah, you can read it again. Read it
Right,
again.
24.
You read that.
Yahweh is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore will I hope in him. Yahweh is good unto them that wait for him.
Yeah.
To the soul that seeketh him.
Yeah, waiting, man. Nothing wrong with waiting. People are very impatient today. You know, you're in the queue. You got to watch people, because I notice people try and pull a fast one, man.
Yeah.
And I'm relating this to the spiritual spirit as well. But you don't watch people. One time, one woman just come and stood right in front of me. Bam! It's like, did Satan block her, make her not see me or something? That's what I was thinking. I said, excuse me. Am I invisible? She said, oh no, I'm sorry. Like, try a little fast one, man. So,
but again, that's demons trying it to vex you.
Yes. So the point is that we have to wait, man. We have to wait. It's about being patient. People ain't patient. Again, that's why they're in this world trying to fly. As Moses rejected the pleasures of this world, they're in this world living it up, doing it doing all kinds of folly to get views. And they'll do anything now. I'm even more alert now, because I realise how desperate people are to just what they want to do to get views. You know, which is the wisdom of the Lord.
It's just about right.
Yes, good. Just rotate that.
Mm-hmm.
Be alert. Be
straight.
circumspect.
Yeah, the water, brother.
Satan walk about. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Satan's walking about like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Like some new person that just come in. Elders are breaking it down with that banner.
The guy with the sword and
put it on the chat.
Yeah.
And very related to the Ishmaelite banner. Brothers are breaking into that. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, the Brotherhood of the Muslims.
So Satan is stepping up his game, man. You know, he's walking around like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. Back to this point.
Yep.
And then we're gonna pass it to you.
Right. So this says it is verse 26. It is good that a man should have hope and quietly wait for the salvation of Yahweh. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke in his youth.
Yeah, we're waiting patiently. We're staying in our lane as well while we're waiting. Staying in our lane, not being presumptuous, running ahead. There's no shortcuts in this truth, as the elders are mentioning, because you're going to end up getting cut short. Like what's happening to certain people, getting cut. This time of refining, man. So we're waiting, staying in our lane, waiting patiently, man. And it is good. It is good for a man that he bear the yoke of his youth.
Yep.
Yeah. Finish with this one.
He sitteth alone and keepeth silence, because he hath borne it upon him. He putteth his mouth in the dust, so if so there may be hope. He giveth his cheek to him that smiteth him. Ooh. He is filled full with reproach.
Yeah, so when you get smart, Psalms goes into that. There's a precept in Psalms that goes into that. For righteous man shall smite me, it's like oil upon the head. So it's like when you get rebuked, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And this is what it is. It's actually, we're lamenting right now, sitting down in the dust, lamenting. Read that again, and then we're gonna read 30 again, and then I'm gonna go to Matthew.
Yep. He giveth his cheek to him that smiteth him. He is filled full with reproach.
Yeah, I like his attitude, man. He sounds like a right stoic. When I read about the lamentation, he sounds like a real stoic person, a real stoic man. It's good to get the feel of some of our so-called minor prophets like Nehemiah, Esther. Probably be going into that a little bit, getting into that a little bit more. The so-called minor, the book of Esther, the so-called minor prophets. When you get a feel of them, they ain't so minor after all. You realise they ain't so minor after all. A lot of them are real spiritual giants, man.
It was Mordecai in the book of Esther, wasn't it? Mordecai, yeah.
King Mordecai, yeah. And Esther, Queen Esther, she found favour in the king. Yeah, and that's a good example for some of these women. Forget the Christian church. If you stay in there, there's no salvation in there. But get with the man of the Lord and stop faking it, man. People, because it's all about serving the Most High God, man, and being sincere to your man and loyal to your man. Which Titus goes into that. Timothy, 2 Timothy goes into that. So he sitteth alone and keepeth silent because he hath poured it upon him. That sounds like a right stoic attitude right here. Some people, when they're getting into their, their training or whatever the case may be, some people they go into the woods, live alone, and get into they call it into the zone, man. Focus. Now we doing that. We're doing that now. In the spirit though, we're doing that. Getting into occupying our minds in the spirit, sitting alone, most of us, a lot of us, and we rather, but we have the spirit of the Lord residing over us, and we rather it be like that. And the Most High put us in where we are, wherever we are in the world. Elders have mentioned this too. You're there for a reason. Wherever you are placed in the world, you're there for a reason.
Man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way?
Yeah, I read 29. He putteth his mouth in the dust. If so, be there may be hope. Sometimes you just have to suck some things up. What's the word, man? Go internal with the Most High.
Yeah.
Scripture in, I think it's Proverbs 29 says that not to reveal all of your heart. Not everything you have to reveal to people.
Yeah.
You keep it to yourself. But the Most High, he knows, he sees it. The case with King David, and you're always going to be what's the word? You're always going to be vindicated anyway if you are suffering wrongly. If you have done in the past or you're going to be in the future, take heed, you will be vindicated in the Most High's time. Yeah? Lamentations 3 again, 28 says, he sitteth alone and keepeth silence because he hath borne it upon him. That's what he was born for. We were born for that. The elect were born for that, man. Yeah, so Matthew 4 and I'm going to, you can finish that and then bring up around about 8.
Matthew 4 and 8, yeah? Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceedingly high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then Yahushua saith unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, that thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve.
Yeah, so we're privileged now. We have the name of the Lord, Jehovah. Yeah, he is to be. And Yahushua, he saves, he delivers. We're privileged to have that name now. Whereas back, in the times when we were not in the truth, we didn't know that name. We're privileged now, and he winked at us, but we're privileged now to have that name. So when we rebuke the devil, right, that's the point though. When we rebuke the devil, right, keep your head on the swivel. I just made that testimony earlier, but there's other things we're going to start to see, man. People jumping out the window. Don't be, even the elder Apostle Ramla said he was shocked with these two Mississippi guys, but then he said, well, I shouldn't really be shocked. You shouldn't really be shocked. Hananias and Alexander, the names that they possibly could be coming back, possibly in the spirit. But you shouldn't be shocked, and don't be shocked of what may be coming also. Some more things that you try and prepare our mind. Try and prepare our mind not to be shocked of what we might see coming down the path. But this is what Yahushua did. You know what I mean? He said, and in 9, save unto him, all these things I will give thee if thou wilt fall down and worship him. Then Yahushua answered unto him, get thee hence, Satan, and rebuked him. Yeah, when you're having your, if you get those sleep paralysis or you get temptation whispering in your ear, however it comes, rebuke them.
That's right.
For it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Right, and then what happened? Then the devil leave him, and behold, the angels came and ministered unto him.
Yep.
That's all I want to bring out for now. We'll praise to you about Shemashah now. I'm going to hand it over to you, Caleb.
Yeah? I can build off what you were just speaking on, Fuada, because it says that the devil left off from troubling Yahushua for a season. So after a season of tormenting him, Yahushua resisted the devil, and the devil ultimately fled from him. And that's basically how we have to be in this world. We're going to get tried by Satan. Now you gave your little testimony example of the guy coming around the car and trying to take a selfie with you. I'll give a testimony of something that happened to myself. Yesterday I went to the supermarket, and I had to go a bit further than my local one because I wanted to buy some cat litter because I've got pet cats. So for those of you who don't have pets or cats or whatever,
You know that thing is like that, you know?
yeah, it keeps going like that. That's the third time now.
The oldest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to buy some cat litter. For those of you who don't know or don't have pets or whatever, cat litter is basically like this kind of dust or sand that you put in a box, and a cat will go there and it will use the toilet, and they'll dig a hole, they'll do shit to cover it up. Every so often you empty it out. Obviously you empty it every day, but after a while it will start to smell bad because it will start to smell like piss and urine. And cats are very clean creatures, they don't like to go anywhere that's dirty. So what will happen is if you don't clean it enough, the cats will find other places in the house to shit on a random because cats are very clean creatures. So basically that's just the thing you have, right? So I needed to buy some new litter, and I had to go a bit further afield because my local supermarket doesn't stock the quantity or the brand that I like. So I had to go a bit further, and when I go up there I tend to buy it in bulk. So I'll buy like 20 litre bags because that will last a long time, and also buy a 10 litre bag of another brand because I mix them together and that stops it from smelling like it completely neutralises the odour. So that's the way I do it. So I was up in the Tesco now, and I had the 20 litre bag and the 10 litre bag in the other hand, so it's quite heavy, and I don't drive, so it's a bit awkward, you know. So I went to the self-service, it was not too busy in there, and as I went to the self-service I walked past, there was a Southern Kingdom Drake woman in front of the till point in front of me, and I walked past her and I wasn't even paying attention to her. Now she wasn't a big Shirley because she wasn't big like that, she was in decent shape, but it's still a so-called nigger woman, right? In her 20s. I walked past her, went to the self-service and started to try and scan my items. And she goes, oh, excuse me, can you help me please? And at first I thought, is she talking to me or is she, calling for a member of staff? So I didn't acknowledge her, I just continued what I'm doing. And there was a member of staff standing in the distance. And I thought, well, she got a problem, she'll ask him. Then I heard her again, excuse me, can you help me please? So I turned around and I said to her, are you speaking to me? She goes, yeah, can you help me please? And I was like, I wasn't in the mood for her, I was just, no, sorry, I'm busy, right? And I continued doing what I'm doing. And then the demon, when I started acting up, she goes, she was on the phone to someone at the time, she starts going, this is why I fucking hate men. I fucking hate men, and this is why women cheat on men, and this is why women will do stuff like that, and I hate men, I hate men. And I just turned, I didn't say nothing, I looked up at her. Basically, my thing was like, this is why you can't deal with, like, even if you wasn't in this truth, you can't deal with these women, man, because you can't build with that. Basically, Because I said no to helping her because I had my hands full with fucking, and she could see I had my hands full, man. 20-litre bag a litre here, 10-litre bag in the other hand. What the am I supposed to drop everything and run to help you? And because I said no, all of a sudden now, oh well, this is why I hate men, and this is why women cheat, and this is why women step out on men. I'm thinking, man, so you're gonna go and commit adultery because some random guy and me told you that I'm not gonna help you in the supermarket. So then, if you do have a man, you're gonna go home and be like, you know what, man, I hate men because this man, he didn't help me in Tesco, so I'm gonna commit adultery now because it's my prerogative. This is the mindset that we have to deal with out here, and this goes to show that women are our enemies, man. When do you hear of the Ishmaelite man? When do you hear of the Ishmaelite woman saying that about her man? Or when do you hear about the Elamite woman saying that about her man? Or the Moabite woman, or the Ammonite woman? You see, these Jake women, man, they fucking destroy themselves through their own actions. Could you please get me Micah chapter 7 and verse 9, Brother Kishar? See, the nigger woman thinks it's fun to put down the so-called black man. They think it's fun, they think it's sport. When they don't realise that they're actually further helping to destroy their own nation by doing shit like that. It doesn't, it's like even the scriptures, right? There's a scripture which talks about your father's shame is no glory to thee. Roughly paraphrasing, it's somewhere in Surah. So like if you've got a father that's going off, it's not your glory to be either making fun of your dad because he's going off or talking shit about him. That's no glory to you. So it's the same with the Israelite woman and the Israelite man. It's no glory to the Israelite woman to talk bad about the so-called black man. It's no glory to her to want to put him down or drag him through the mud. That's no glory to you. That's actually further destroying your own self and your own community and your own nation, man. Bring it out, Brother Kishar.
Yeah. Micah 7 and 9 says, and I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness.
Read that again, Brother Kishar.
Yeah. Micah 7 and 9 again. And I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him.
Right, so breaking that down, I didn't even get angry yesterday. I was just thinking, so this is how far we've fallen, right? I didn't feel angry or offended. I just thought this is just some joke shit, you know. But I remembered I will bear the indignation of the Lord because I have sinned against him. Any hell that we catch from these demons out here, be it women or other men or just random motherfuckers trying to start shit with us, it's because we have to bear the indignation of the Lord. We have to bear the indignation of the Lord because we sinned against him. So everything that we suffer on this side, we have to bear. You know, to be content.
Okay, now. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her.
Right. These women are our enemies. We need to remember that. Unfortunately, we're not living in the time of what's that? Time of joy, you know, skipping through the hills, sitting in the park with your girlfriend, enjoying the sunshine. These aren't really those days. This isn't the time for that. Now, I'm not saying brothers can't do that because we have women, but just be mindful of the fact that the woman has been weaponized against us by Esau. You know, as I said before, I gave that little account of how women will weaponize sex against men to get what they want, denying men affection and shit like that. These women are wise in the ways of wickedness, man. They're fools. The Most High have deprived them of wisdom. But what are most women into? Witchcraft. A lot of women be doing witchcraft, man. Even those that you wouldn't even expect it. They go home and they read their fucking astrology charts. What's one of the first things a woman asks you if she want to get with you? Oh, when's your birthday? How old are you? Well, why are they asking that question? Because they want to know, oh, well, if you're born on June 25th, you must be, I don't know, Leo or which is Sagittarius or whatever it is, because I don't pay attention to that shit anymore. But they'll be doing that. And that's divination. And that's witchcraft. So the vast majority of these women out here are witches. And what is also a sign of a witch? Rebellion. For rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. So that woman talking shit to me in Tesco's yesterday, she was nothing more than a nigger woman witch, man. So, It's no surprise because, as I said, demons will want to try and rile you up or get some kind of response.
Yep.
And I'll break it down this way, right? It's because I said no to her. She didn't like that. You know, she wasn't used to then saying no to her because what she wanted me to do was to drop my shit, run over to, oh, can I help you? Oh, what do you need? What do you need? You know, that's what she wants. But those days are done, man. You know, what did the scriptures say? Rise up, ye women that are at ease. We're coming into the days now where just having a box between your legs isn't going to be enough anymore. You know, you could get by in your looks and all this shit, but that feminism train has pretty much run off the rails and has come to a crashing halt because men are waking up now. Even men that aren't in the truth, what do they call it? MGTOW, men are going their own way. They're done dealing with the foolishness of these women. And the society is not even going to be able to support these women for much longer because the society is about to fall apart. And when society falls apart, the women are going to become a prey. And in that day, they're going to be wishing that they had a man of the Lord to protect them. But as I said, it goes back to the point, you know, it's because I denied her of something that she wanted. That's why she started acting up and talking shit. But she ain't even really important, man, but it's just a little funny testimony, which, like you had with the guy trying on with you with a selfie, you know, demons are going to try it, man. That's why whenever you leave your house, you've got to leave your house with the mental mindset of that, okay, even though I'm not at the camp, I'm still part of this truth. So, even though it's not a camp day, doesn't mean demons aren't going to recognize me. Doesn't mean demons aren't going to try it. And the longer you're in this thing, now I haven't even been in this thing all that long, but I'm just saying, the longer you're in this thing, and if you're growing in the spirit, the demons that are going to come against you, they're going to be growing in the spirit too. Because the little low-level demons that fuck with you when you're first coming around, there comes a point when they can't fuck with you no more. So they have to go away and get 7 demons much stronger to help trip you up in another way, man. So the longer you go, another level, another devil. You know, so the further you go, the more you endure, the harder it gets. This isn't a thing that it gets easier over time, it gets harder. Because as the saying goes in the world, the higher you climb, the harder you fall. You know, so we have to be mindful of that and always have to be on our watch, because we are called to be spiritual watchmen. Now, speaking of being a spiritual watchman, you know, the big thing this week has been about certain men crept in unawares. You know, there's certain men that are going to try and come around and try and stir the pot. So stir the pot, as the saying goes, right? Please read me Jude 1 and 4 if you can, Sure. And this is nothing new, right? This is nothing new. Brothers should know this. Brothers shouldn't be too complacent in being watchful for the enemy, because, you know, you can't be complacent. The devil's going to be very subtle the way he tries to infiltrate things. Read it out, brother.
Yeah, 4 says, Jude 1 and 4 says, for there are certain men crept in unawares who were before of old ordained to this condemnation.
Right, so there's nothing new under the sun, right? Nothing new under the sun. So there's going to be certain men crept in unawares in this time, because there are certain men who are trying to trap Yahushua in his words, 2,000 years ago, so that they could try and bring some kind of charges against him and his disciples. So it's the same thing now again. They're going to try and bring charges against us. So you had this fucking guy coming out. What did he call himself? His channel, Army of Israel. And he had that stupid logo, which, you know, brothers have broken down, ties to the Brotherhood of the Muslims. And he's there, he's there trying to open his video saying, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, but he wasn't even giving double honors to the apostles. But it just goes to show this is someone who's been taken in by Esau, sat down in the room, given, okay, these are the things they say. They say Shalom, they say double honors, they say, you know, basically little words. So give him that
He ain't done his homework, man.
There you go.
He ain't fooled me.
Yeah, he ain't done his homework.
Imagine if he ain't fooled me and you've got men like who've been around, like elders and apostles. If he ain't fooled me, he ain't fooled them, man. And you see one of his videos, but 2, there's got one, he's brandishing a sword in one of them.
Yeah, and the logo itself, because when you put up your videos on YouTube, you can choose the thumbnail. He chose the, like, he's brandishing a sword, taking out a sheep. That's the fucking thumbnail, man. And then in another one, he's shooting an AK, was it AK-47? AR-15, I think it's AR-15. doing tutorial on how to use the sight on the AR-15. What the fuck has that got to do with the scriptures, man? What the hell has that got to do with edifying anybody? How does showing someone how to shoot a gun edify anyone? That's Esau's blessing, not ours, man.
Bro, he's putting the weapon over the Lord.
Well, there you go. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Look, man.
Weapons are a
Warfare of carnal.
Yeah.
Well, this is Ephesians 6 and 10 and down. Right. People who use weapons, right, really, a lot of times they're putting themselves at a disadvantage because they're basically saying, I don't feel like I've got enough in me to defend myself. I need to rely on a particular tool, right? Or I can't defend myself with my hands, so I've got to rely on a piece of metal, either a gun or a sword or whatever, right? That's Esau's characteristic. He couldn't beat Jacob in a one-on-one fist fight. That's why he was getting bust up in the room. So Esau's blessing is the sword. It has to be, because that's what he needs to equalize against Jacob. But we're going to overcome that with spiritual power in the end. But my point is that if you're a man of the Lord, supposedly, and you're putting your trust in a weapon, that means you have not got any faith. Because if you had faith, you believe that the Lord would defend you, that the Lord would be there for you and he'd keep you, preserve you from the evil. When you're then thinking, oh, well, I need this gun, you're putting your trust in the gun, man. And it's like the Egyptians, they trusted in their weapons, man. And what did the Most High do? He drowned them in the sea. So we're not supposed to put our trust in any weapons. Now, that's not to say that a man can't own a gun or he can't own a sword. He can own these things, but what's that got to do with teaching it in the ministry? Keep that shit to yourself, man. Like, for example, a lot of brothers in this truth have different hobbies. You know, some people might like cooking, some people might like painting, some people might like riding a bike, right? Whatever those are, those could be your pastimes. But we don't use our channels to do videos on how to repair a bike, or how to bake a cake, or how to go and climb Mount Everest, because that's got nothing to do with the ministry. We're here to preach the word, to be instant, in season and out of season, to rebuke, to exhort, to reprove. That's what we're doing. We're here to prophesy, man, not to do tutorials on how to shoot guns. Bring it out.
Yeah, he's got it. Bring it, and then
Okay.
I've got one after. You bring out yours.
2 Corinthians 10 verse 4 to 5. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the power to the pulling down of strongholds.
Right, so what stronghold are you going to pull down by brandishing a knife on your YouTube page? You want to be acting like Crocodile Dundee. Oh, that's not a knife. This is a knife, you know, putting out a bigger one. It's like, that's not edifying anybody. And it's basically, he's been exposed because really he's there to try and associate us with the militant T groups out there,
Yep.
and to try and paint us as if we're gonna be looking to go to war with Amalek.
Yep.
Because what Esau's trying to do is stirring up that conflict in the Middle East, and he's trying to paint out that anybody who's not on the side of those JOOSs is anti-Sem. So the whole anti-Sem thing is going to be one of Esau's cards he's going to try and play against us. But we are ourselves from Shem. It's not S-E-M, it's Shem, right? And there are many nations that are from Shem. You've got us, which is Israel. You've got Edom, they're from Israel, from Shem. You've got Moab, they're from Shem. Ammon's from Shem. Ishmael from Shem. And you know what's really interesting about that conflict in the Middle East as well, is that it's two descendants of Abraham that are fighting over the land. You've got the Ishmaelites, they descended from Abraham, and you've got the Edomites, they also descended from Abraham. So they're fighting over that land, but that land isn't for them. That land was Jacob's portion. Esau got his portion, it was Mount Seir. Ishmael got their portion. But you see, because they're trying to take the name of Israel out of remembrance, they're all trying to claim that land for themselves, because they know, according to prophecy, when the true Israelites return to that land, there will be peace on earth. So, yeah, I've got to give it. Yeah. Just one more sentence, I'll give it to you. They know that there will be peace on earth, so in order for their kingdom to stand, Israel has to remain destroyed. So what they've seen over the past 2007, maybe 15 or 16 years of the apostles being on YouTube, maybe a little bit longer, they've seen Jacob rising up, and they've seen Jacob coming out of the darkness of confusion that we've been under for so long, of not knowing who we were, thinking that we're black men or Hispanic men or, you know, Mexican or Argentinian. We're coming out of those what they call them, proverbs and bywords, and we're reclaiming our heritage. And that's what's really detrimental to Esau's empire. So that's why he's stirring up now the propaganda train in order to demonize us. And he's trying to get agents like that stupid motherfucker to stir the pot. Carry on.
Yep. Isaiah 54 and 1 says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee. You can talk about weapons, right? And you can talk about no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee. Because remember, with all these other, we want to call them, man. These people that came up and blasphemed against us, or were trying to use circumlocution. The example, he's still around though. Volker Malone. And there's another one. There's been quite a few of them. Dr. White. There was one after that. Dr. Brown. Even from going back from quite a while, man. Yeah. So they all no weapon that is formed against us shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. It's not going to work, in other words. And this new guy who is trying to put that vibration out there of that, we're associated. Because that's the same thing what Volker Malone was trying to do.
Yeah.
Because remember, before he was talking to us, when he wasn't talking to us, it was either the Muslims he was talking to. And then when he wasn't dealing with them, he was dealing with us. So he's trying to associate us with them.
Well, that's the whole point, because there is such a thing as being guilty by association. That's why we're not having any affiliations or unity camps or any bullshit, man. You know, them days are past, man.
Yeah. And
this is the point. Brothers need to fucking get their heads out the clouds and realise that there are some fucking unscrupulous sacks of shit who want to come around and act like they're about Muslims, but they ain't. Really, they're just trying to gather intel.
Yeah.
This isn't a game, man. This isn't a social club. This isn't a thing where we get together and we all have a hug and read some scriptures and go home. No, this is real shit, man. This is real shit, and it's getting more real as the time goes past because we're coming closer to the end now.
Yeah.
And as with any good film, all the action and the drama happens in the third act. So we're coming into the times now where shit's really going to start getting fanned, and we've seen it through certain men. You know, there's been a lot of men who recently have been bugging out. Yeah. Guys who you wouldn't think, he's been around a long time. Surely he wouldn't do that or fall for that. Yeah. Men who, 10 plus years in the truth, bugging out and doing crazy shit, man. Like, you've got the example of us here, you've got the example of those guys in Mississippi.
Men that crept in unawares. That we read in June. Yeah, those were the men that crept in unawares. They see, but let me finish reading in where I was, right? In 17 of Isaiah 54. This, I'll read it from the top again. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. So it's not going to work, right? But this is part of the movie. This is all a part of the movie. You're going to have there's always a balance. As somebody who was once around us would always say, and then there's a two-edged sword. Go back on your ass. Yeah? This is the heritage of the servant of the Lord, and their righteousness is of mine, saith the Lord. Yeah. So we have to be circumspect.
This charge might get wet.
The word is agents. Yes. Plain agents, plain like men of the Lord, which they crept in unawares. There was not men of the Lord. And other writers we come to fulfill what the whole side did.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
He endured the truth
hold on.
despising shame. Yeah, he endured to the end. Other writers we're here to endure to the end. Yeah, not to give in to those seducing spirits, because if you can find that one, Baba, some men seducing spirits while he's doing what he is. Because that's another thing that they're going to try and do, man. It's a plant, And if you ask me, that guy, he looked a little bit like he could be either Ishmael. I don't think he's one of the northern tribes. Just me thinking as a man, Or it could even be Amalek, man. But remember, these people are very, what's the word, man? Strong delusions. They think that they have no respect for. They're under strong delusions that they think that can actually slip in and go under the radar.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah. 1 Timothy 4 verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Yeah. So first and foremost, we're mindful of ourselves that we are occupied, as we mentioned, occupied in the Spirit, occupied in prophecy, looking out for ourselves, focusing on ourselves first and foremost. Now, I was thinking about this, but I was saying, boy, it's actually quite amusing to see people just jump out the window out of nowhere. Right, just like 1 minute this, well, it's a gradual thing, obviously. Inside it's a gradual thing, and then next thing you know, boom, they're the only ones with the true name of the Lord. Come out of the blue, jumping out the window with it. So now we're mindful that we have to start with the foundation, man, to grow in this truth, man.
Yeah.
And the fear of the Lord. That's the key, man. The fear of the Lord, because as one of the elders was saying, you can what's the word? You can pocket things. Some of the brothers are very good actors, and that person that was once around us, he used to say the same thing. If you remember, he used to say that people are very good actors. Now look, Ken fell back on your ass.
No, I just bring this back to this arsehole army of Yahweh Shai, right? Because a lot of brothers got onto him, myself included, doing videos rebuking him. Now, this is the thing: if you were sincere, and you sincerely did not know, right? And people are doing videos rebuking you, would you not be like, hey, you know what, man? Salakia, I didn't know that was an issue. Let me take those videos down, you know, because it might be offensive to certain people. What did he do? He didn't do none of that shit. He made his response video, his response to GMS, right? And he was basically saying, oh, well, no, his excuse was, oh, well, I'm not really in GMS, so I can put videos of whatever I want on my channel. That's not a response of someone who sincerely wants to do this work. Basically, he's not going to take those videos down because his job is to demonize us.
He's getting a little pocket.
Yeah, that's what he's paid to do.
So that's good.
He's not serving you high by Shimon Shai. He's serving his handlers. Right?
And he's done a little bit of street leadership for 6 minutes. That's his last one. So he's saying, oh, when they do street leadership, let me get a little street leadership for 6 minutes. You know, if he does his street leadership, then he's fulfilling the ministry. And he gets a little bag at the end of it.
But this is the thing, how are you going to go out and teach for 6 fucking minutes, man? And why does it have to be number 6? You see that vibration of 6, you know? But I mean, like, further to the point, right? At the end of his video, right? Again, rather than saying, Salakia, I was wrong, I should have done this, what did he do? Oh, well, you know, the only thing that really bothered me is that you said I look like an Arab. Yeah, I'm not that ugly, or some shit like that. What's that got to do with edifying anybody? That goes to show that he didn't take what we said seriously. And that's because he's not here. He's not here to listen to what we got to say. He's here to push a fucking agenda, man. And don't be surprised when more offshoot wayward guys like that start popping up. Because they're not just going to use one guy as an agent to be like, oh yeah, well, he's going to do anything. Nah, man. They've got agents working in fucking every city of the world, man. Esau's expert at this, man. Look at how many governments he's infiltrated and brought down through using these fucking covert tactics, man. Look how many movements he's infiltrated and brought down through that. But the thing is, he's not going to be able to prevail against this because this is the ministry of the Most High. You know, you can do nothing against the truth before the truth. But it doesn't mean he's not going to try. And we shouldn't be giving him an easy pass. We shouldn't be making ourselves easy targets, man. Bring it out.
Yeah, so this is 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3 says, let no man deceive you. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go from the top. From the top says of 2 Thessalonians 2. Now we beseech you, brethren, by the coming of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and by our gathering together unto him, that ye be not soon shaken in mind, or be troubled, neither by spirit, nor by word, nor by letters from us, as the day of Yahushua Mashiach is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. Right? That falling away. Some people, a lot of people, some people. So we're preparing our mind. This is what he's doing. This is the letter. Preparing our mind, saying, don't be shaken, man. What you're about to see. Yeah? Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, and the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, or that is worshipped, so that he is God, sitteth in the temple as God, showing himself that he is God.
Well, that's what Esau's trying to do. He's trying to take any knowledge of the Most High from the face of the earth. And what's one of the main things that signifies that the Most High exists? His people, which goes back to Mount Zion, which means monument. The fact that we exist as real Hebrew Israelites, that's detrimental to Esau's whole narrative. So he has to come against this thing and try and bring it down, because his narrative is that he's trying to push that they're the chosen people, that the birthright belongs to them. Okay, Karen, just give me a second. This goes right back to Genesis, the strife between Jacob and Esau. Really, it goes back further than that. It goes back to Genesis, the 3rd chapter, when Eve was deceived by the serpent in the garden, which was a man with a serpentine intelligence. And then you had them coming back through the loins of Adam and Eve in the form of Cain. So this strife, this whole controversy, as it said in 2nd Ezra's, when shall be the ending of these things and the parting the sons of the times? What did you answer? He said, from Jacob from Isaac unto from Abraham to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were first born, Jacob held first the hand of Esau. So that's signifying that we are indeed going to pull Esau out of power when the time comes. And that time is sooner than we think, because as I said earlier, Esau's fronting like he's got all the time in the world. What's that? Is it that song by that guy? Is it really? I can't remember the guy's name, but a famous singer, Jakeson. He sang that song, "We've got all the time in the world." He's like, got all the time in the world, man. He's trying to convince you that he's going to be here till 2014, 2016, and 2082. He ain't got that long, man. He'll be lucky if he's got 5 years left on the clock, man. That's why they're moving at breakneck speed to try and push their agenda 2030. It's not because they just picked a random date and thought, oh yeah, we'll just do it in 2030. No, it's because they know that Yahweh Shai is coming back. And we see the chariots, man. You best believe that Esau sees the chariots even more than we do, because he's got the technology to actually look in and see these things up close. See, he sees, like last week, for example, last week at the lineup, we had a whole fleet of chariots flying over our heads. We had a whole fleet of chariots flying over our heads last week. You don't think Esau doesn't see that? If Esau's monitoring his airspace to see when foreign enemy jets are entering into their airspace, how does he not see the chariots, man? He sees these things, he knows. And so the elites, they know, and they're basically bricking it, man. When I say bricking it, I mean they're shitting themselves. They're literally shitting themselves, breaking in their boots, not knowing what day or what hour Yahweh Shai is coming back. All their flipping, their old spells which they used to use to keep Jake asleep, it's not working anymore, because the Most High is raising up the elect. The elect are coming out of that that spiritual amnesia, and we're waking up and we're standing upon our feet, as pertaining to Revelation 11. Don't think the elites are not afraid of us. See, the regular people, they're not afraid of us because they don't know what we represent, because they're ignorant of prophecy in the times. They just think, oh, it's just them red guys, those black guys wearing those long garments. They don't realise the significance of the prophets being back on the scene, man. Because before the Most High is going to destroy a kingdom, we always have his prophets there prophesying about it first. Could someone get me Jeremiah 28:8, Brother Bishop?
You want Jeremiah 8:28?
No, 28:8. Prophets that didn't fall.
28:8. Jeremiah 28. Reading Jeremiah 28:8 says, "The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence."
Right, and what happened to all of those kingdoms? What happened to ancient Egypt? What happened to ancient Babylon? What happened to Media Persia? What happened to the Greeks? What happened to the Romans? They all fell, man. And this nation's not going to be any different. This nation's not going to get any special pass because Esau's lying about the history of it and trying to keep people asleep. No, and this nation's going to fall just like the rest of them did. And the kingdom that's going to come on the earth is going to be the kingdom of the Israelites, which is going to be led by Yahweh Shai and King David. Those people, those small hats running around in that land, man, they're clearly not the people. Because if they were the people, there would be no more wars, man. We would have beaten our swords into plowshares, and there would be war on the earth no more. And the people would be going over to that land to learn of the laws, statutes, and commandments. Nobody's going over to that land to learn them things now. So they clearly ain't the people. So this is all the beginning stages of the Most High bringing about his master plan of essentially destroying this last kingdom and bringing back Yahweh Shai and establishing the kingdom of heaven on the earth, which is going to be ruled by us. Go ahead, brother.
You finished, Ariel?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. Amos 9 verse 2. Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. So basically,
Lucky. I missed it. Do you want me to speak on it?
no, you go.
Read it again. Cause
Amos 9 verse 2. Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them.
Right, so why do you think Esau's building these fucking underground bases and bunkers? Because they know that the nukes are going to start flying, man. And their plan is, look, man, we'll have all hell break out on earth, then we will rise from the ashes like a phoenix, because that's why they love the symbolism of the phoenix. You know, the phoenix rising from the ashes, the flames. That's what they think they're going to do. They think they're going to have some great revival where they're going to come out of their caves and rule the earth, and they're going to have some perpetual slavery underneath them. That's what they're thinking, and that's what they're what do they call them? They're monthly prognosticators, they're soothsayers, they're witches, they're warlocks. That's what the demons are telling them. They're telling Esau, yeah, you can do this thing, you can win, not realizing that the Most High's got them in a trick bag, man. Everything that they think they're going to do is going to fail, and that's why they're failing right now, man. They ain't even on track for their Agenda 2030. And we're pretty much at the end of 2023, man. So Esau's got 7 years to fulfill Agenda 2030, but this is just me, I'm just speaking as a man. I don't even think he's got till 2030, man. He'll be lucky if he's got 4 years left on the clock, man. Because this society, it can't sustain itself. Or even two. There you go, the weight of this truth has crushed this man's empire. That's why this nigga coming out now, brandishing his fucking sword or his AK, like, dude, man, we're doing more damage to Esau society through the word than you could ever do with a fucking gun or a knife. How many people you gonna murk with one knife? How many shots have you got in one clip? Talking about, oh yeah, this is a 20-round clip. Look, you got 20 shots, man. Well, yeah, if there's 20 rounds in a clip, how many people are gonna murk with? This is ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. And it's like, when I see these guys, it vexes me, because it's like, on one hand, okay, it has to happen, it's part of prophecy, you're going to have these men coming in, creeping in unawares, but sometimes it's even more vexing to see brothers asleep at the wheel, man. Brothers you should be vigilant on certain things that are going on, certain men you shouldn't be associating with, but they're acting like they're pally-pally. What the fuck's that, man? We're not here to be friends, we're not here to be liked, we're here to do a job. That's the end of it, man. All this being cool with people, yeah, he's cool, yeah. Nah, man, it ain't about who you're cool with. It's about who the Most High is cool with, man. That's what matters, man. It doesn't matter if this guy likes you, or that guy likes you, or this guy rates you, man. That's all of the fucking world, man. And we're not of the world. We're here to do the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and that's all that matters. Serving them and doing it the right way. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I just want to build on that too, because basically, the attitude you gotta have, and personally, I've always had this attitude. If you ain't doing the work, man, if you ain't in this communionship of the prophets, excuse me, it's still raining, man. Do you want to hold it, please? If you don't, do you want to put the smaller one and I'll hold the big one?
Let me go in a minute.
But if you got the big one, I can have
I got a big one.
Oh yeah, I'll take this one down.
There's space.
No, I'll take this one down.
That's all right. Because what I was saying was this. You got to have the attitude is, look, man, if you're not a part of this thing, if you don't do what we do, then F you. That's basically the attitude. And that goes for people, of course, in the world, and even including people you may even know personally. Like, you got to know that they're basically of the world. They're cut from a different cloth. All right, and just like the other apostles that going into primarily Apostle Aramla, man, like, he's basically letting it be known that, look, you got to be where they is. And it's very true, because we do have angels, beginning with the Apostle Tar, he mentioned that. You know what I mean? In every organization, you got some kind of agent, somehow, some way. You go back in the the late 1970s. They found out eventually that COINTELPRO was basically involved in the Black Panther Party. All right, and also other parties too that Jake were gathering together. So do you not think that could very well, if you don't think that could happen, then you're selling your sick. You don't know what's going on. Even Yahweh Shah, he knew he had a spot, which was Judas Iscariot. Even Paul even said it. Someone get me that in Acts, what is it? I think it's, Acts 20 and 30, where Paul said, after my departure shall grievous men enter among the brotherhood. Yeah. So what's going on right now as it stands, it's been going on. So we very well expect this. We expect the agency among men to come in. But at the end of the day, that doesn't scare us, because we know when it's all said and done, the righteous men of the Lord are going to get the upper hand and win. You know, so it really doesn't bother. And by you having agents among the camp, it really just solidifies the truth. You can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Because even in these times, it's spoken of that you're going to have, false brethren, and also men that are going to be crept in unawares. In the book of Jude 1 and 4. All right, even though Jude was speaking about that, exactly what was going on back then, but it very well applies to right now, because all of the men, they was in ancient Rome. So if we're back of that which is left of Rome, then it's going to be the same thing all over again. So we have to expect it. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this: you devils that have implanted men inside of different various churches, it's just gonna end at a bad result when it's all said and done, because we're gonna get the upper hand. All right, the prophecy or the prophecies are more important than what the agendas of the elite is. Even they are a part of prophecy. All right,
ready?
Go on, bro.
This is Acts 29. Acts 20, starting from verse 29. For I know this, that after my departing, shall grievous wolves enter in among you, not sparing the flock. Also of your own selves shall men arise, speaking perverse things, to draw away disciples after them.
Yeah, you're going to have all of this situation happening. All right? You're going to have men that's going to come in as agents, false brethren, whatever you want to call them. And you're going to have certain men that's going to come into the church and speak the words that we speak, convey the message that we convey, and then all of a sudden they go right into the abyss. They leave the brotherhood, and they start their own little thing. Just give them, a year and a half. And you don't even see these guys anymore. But let's just back up a little bit. If you give these niggas a year, they'll change the doctrine. And then it's basically convincing the eyes of the righteous that they were never really of us anyway. That Satan really basically got them by the balls now. Spiritually, I'm talking. You know, so that's just how it goes, man. That's just how the shit goes. Go on, brother.
Sirach chapters 4 and 22 says, accept no persons against thy soul, and let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall.
Yeah, you can't just accept anybody. Again, you know, brothers was going into the whole nice guy thing, right? Now, we're not going to be nice guys. We're going to be very vigilant. We're going to be very circumspect. And if you don't like it, then that's just tough titty, man. It is what it is. Really, what brothers really need to be doing is understanding our position, rather than looking at yourselves and you know, getting upset about certain things. You got to understand where we're coming from, because we're enemy number one. All right. So at any given moment of time, as it is also written, that the persecution is going to come and arise. Right. That's in, somebody give me Matthew's 5. Matthew's 5. And I think it's in, verse 18 or somewhere. Blessed are they which are persecuted for my name's sake. So that's coming. Why is that even mentioned? Because Yahweh Shai knew that the disciples of his, which are back here again, somehow, some way, are going to come in this time to what? Suffer persecution.
Yep.
Go on, my brother.
Matthew 5:11. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely.
And it's not a bad thing that we have agents. It's not a bad thing that we're going to be persecuted. It's actually a good thing, because we're going to be afflicted lightly in comparison to the everlasting glory we're going to receive. But just to get that, we're going to have to go through it. We're going to have to go through it, and we expect it very, very much so. All right? Only thing that we know is this, is that it's going to be the Lord doing it. All right? So all of you agents out there that's in camps and organizations, guess what, man? Listen, we're not getting scared out there. None of us are getting scared. All right? At the end of the day, all of you dudes that's among these different organizations and all of that, you're wasting your time, man. Because ain't nobody gonna do it clear. Okay, we're gonna play our part, we're gonna be good citizens of society. We're gonna pay our taxes and everything. We're just regular folk. You ain't getting anything out of us, man. All right, brothers talk about the same shit that the average folk talk about. What are you gonna get out of us? You ain't gonna get shit. And the fact of the matter that Esau knows that we're that we're non-violent group. He gotta insert motherfuckers inside the church to do some stupid shit.
Yep.
Like waving the AR-15 in the gun range.
Or brandishing a sword on the
Yeah.
thumbnail.
So Esau knows the deal, man. Esau know what it is. And what I'm also thinking as well is that before this society comes to an end, they're gonna start dropping the T word again.
Yeah.
On these Muslims again. Just like they did back in the early 2000s. So what's gonna happen is probably before that, there's gonna be a psychological operation so great it's gonna calibrate the minds of the people, which is what they want. And then they're gonna point the finger at the brotherhood. All right? The Muslim brotherhood basically. And then they're gonna try to lump us in that and basically get us in trouble. Esau is capable of doing anything. This devil is capable of doing every goddamn thing he can. All right? Go on, brother. You want to say something?
That's why they're creating pages for agents. And people back at, HQ are creating pages. GMS Somalia,
Yep.
GMS Afghanistan. It's like, bro, there's no camp out there in Afghanistan. They don't fucking GMS Somalia, man. But them kind of group of people are associated, with the T thing, man. And then you've got other pages leaving comments on brothers' boards in Arabic.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Yeah.
But as the elders saying, it's all figured into their agenda because they're gonna start calling the Muslims, they're gonna start calling them the T word again, and then that's gonna go back onto us.
Yeah.
That's why you had sorry to say, man, but the boys in purple, they were fucking registered as an Islamic group.
Yep.
On the 501c3.
So there you go. That's it right there. So, and you know what too? Because like I said, anything could happen. They could use the boys in purple as an example. See what they ain't no difference in Muslims, right? So, anything's possible, man. Like we gotta have the mindset that this devil could do anything it takes to get us persecuted, man. Because what these devils don't want, they don't want nobody talking shit no more.
Yep.
It's going to be about time for that. All right? This whole idea of you being able to express your freedoms and your rights and the freedom of assembly and freedom of expression and this and that, it's going to be over and out. And we've been talking about this, man, for ages. Anyway, you put a precept up. You ever got a
I got
precept?
one. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6 from verse 3, and it says, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed.
Yeah, that means you can't be weird of this thing, man. You got to be right. Giving no offense. Because you got guys that's going to be acting weird out there. They're going to reveal their cards. Okay? So whoever's revealing their cards, man, they going to get what's just for them. They're going to get out of it. Because the thing of it is, man, the apostles is currently in house cleaning. That's why, new brothers can't come in. All right? But that's just for a certain period of time. You just have to wait and see. But it's very well understandable that this has to happen. It has to happen, So read that again, Baba Prashant. There's another point I could do on that, too.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed.
Right, giving no offense to the ministry, be not blamed. So we're not going to be in this ministry doing something which is contrary to what the disciples were told to do. What were the disciples told to do? in the book of if I'm correct, John chapter 10, when Yahweh sent the 7, he said, I've sent you as lambs among wolves.
Yep.
Okay? So just pay attention to that. But Yahweh declared that message to the disciples. So what is a lamb going to do? How can a lamb defend itself when it doesn't have any carnivorous males or teeth to defend itself? It's defenseless. It can't do anything. All right? So that's the attitude that we're operating in this ministry. You know, we're not going to be causing no kind of turmoil, alarming the stresses, provoking people to anger, you know, out there looking to, you know, be a brawler. That's not the spirit we come in. No, all we do is simply teach the ministry, and Esau knows this. Read that again, Baba Bashar. Go on, brother.
Even in like our personal lives, you could come to the camp and you're well behaved, or I'm well behaved, and there's an agent following you around, acting like a fucking clown, and you're like on a Tuesday. You go with them guys on Saturday and do that, but in the week you was doing that. And then you ain't got answer for it. So the ministry goes further than just coming to the camp and the videos. Really, the ministry is our whole lives, man. Because the scripture says your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour, man. You know, we had a person over there taking photos on a professional camera earlier. It's like, well, yeah, that happened at the camp, but that'll be happening in the week as well. You know? And
sometimes too, people be taking a picture of you as you're walking down the street. By yourself. So the thing of it is, in this walk, being in this truth, we have to be on point. You have to be on point. You can't get caught in situations you don't need to. That's why the scripture says, if it be possible, we at peace with all men. Why did the Lord say this? Because the Lord knew what situation he was going to be in. That we were going to be watched. All right? The devil is going to watch us, but guess what? The angels of the Lord are watching them too. But we just got to keep that in mind. That you're being watched. Don't think for 1 second or 1 millisecond that you're not being watched. You are being watched. Down here in London, to be exact, it's almost about 700,000 cameras in activation. So you are being watched, bro.
London's the most surveillance city in the whole world.
Absolutely. In the whole world, not just in the UK, the whole world. Okay, so you being watched, man. Go on, brother.
I remember recently, the pastor Roundup said that you'd be surprised how so much people are seeing what's going on. And then you're gonna also have agents, right, that see you, and they think they're with you, right? But you actually have agents that are, because so much videos are going out. Do not think that a lot of people behind the scenes are not watching, right? So they're watching and they're actually seeing who's actually in the ministry. And like I said, they could be following you, doing everything, carrying news, building up a tab, whatever, you know?
You just never know.
You just don't know.
And then if there's no cameras, if there's no cameras checking you out, you got them helicopters checking you out. You know, me and this brother, we was sitting over here, and this black ass helicopter just came right in front of us, man. Like the ship was blocked. So, you know, we was about to move. So I said, look, we ain't moving over because the scripture says, what is it, yield passive, you can, somebody give me that. That's in the Ecclesiastes, right? In the Bible. So that's why we didn't move. But the point that we're making is that we're being watched, man. We know this. And the thing of it is, if Esau is watching us, we ain't gonna do nothing anyway. Because we ain't got no power to do anything. What the hell are we gonna do? Well, what is it? Go run up in 10 down the street to do what? Come on, man.
They tried that a couple of years back, getting some Jake to go up to Buckingham Palace with a knife. Years ago they tried that shit.
Down, man.
They used a fucking agent and he came to the camp and Elder Omar cursed him out. And when he was leaving, he was saying, I don't know where you all live. I'll cut your fucking heads off. I know where you all live. But he got exposed because he was an agent. And likewise, a couple of years back, Esau tried to do this thing in America where they tried to say some BHIs, tried to set off some pipe bomb out of a kosher deli or some shit like that. But that story didn't really track very well, and it didn't stick.
Someone else is filming over there. All right, carry on.
Yeah, that story didn't stick. So Esau's been trying to build this case against us for the longest time, and eventually he's just going to come all out with it. And he's got no other card to play. This is his only tool he's got left is to try and demonize us.
And another thing too, we're not hiding anything because YouTube is basically in tandem with Google, which is basically the government itself. So I mean, what are we going? If we're gonna do something wrong, then yo, it would have already been done already. And it's not even just that. They see us in our personal life, in our day-to-day business. So again, if we're gonna do something, we would have already done it. They would have seen it already.
If I may add as well, don't look, man. You can even do it yourself. You can go into your web browser, you can see your search history. So do you think Esau's not watching everything you're searching? Every video that you're watching? Now, this applies to brothers who ain't even in GMS as well. You might not be in GMS, but don't think your arse ain't being watched because Esau knows, look, he's listening to them. He's clicking on these videos. He's not clicking on, some worldly shit. He's clicking on these videos which are exposing the truth. He's a potential threat. Yeah. So that's how Esau's going to see you, as a potential threat.
And to go back again, what we used to preach about years ago, they're going to go back to that same, the red list, the blue list, and the yellow list. So as the brother said, they've been watching, and they know who they're, from day one, from the time you click on, they've been watching, you know what I mean?
That's right. Yes, so with that precept,
Again, this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 3, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed, but in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of the Most High.
Right, and that's what we're doing. We're proving ourselves as the ministers. What does it mean to be a minister? It means to be a servant. So we're not here to just run wild and do our own thing. We're here to serve the Lord's purpose, man. You know? So if you out here trying to be a fucking brawler, you trying to start trouble with people because you mad out of your ass, man, and you better get out of that spirit. Otherwise, if someone find out in this camp, you get your ass kicked out of here, man. You know, I'm just speaking in general. I'm not speaking on any particular brother. Don't get it twisted. But we ain't in the time to be acting weird. You know, because you'll find yourself way out on the outside real quick. All right? So the thing of it is, we're not to be blaming the ministry, man. That's just the thing, because I mean, like, hey, man, like, elders, the apostles, we ain't got time for this bullshit. Okay? And I was kind of pissed off. I didn't really have to be pissed off, but I was kind of pissed off of that one guy, man, showing his rifle and his AR-15 and fucking gun range.
What do you call him? Some army shine.
Yeah, and then got the nerve to use the same goddamn icon as the Muslims.
Brotherhood of the Muslims, yeah.
Right. Come on, man. And it's funny because when I was watching that live lesson that Elder Menatazak did in South Carolina, I thought about the same thing that the brothers in GMS from Holland spotted out. But I just couldn't figure out, where to find it. Wasn't really thinking about that, But I just knew that the connection was there. There was something about that connection with that icon. So yeah, man. But just to put it bluntly though, like at the end of the day, these devils, they're about to lose their kingdom, and they're trying to find every avenue to see if they can stop what we're doing. You ain't gonna stop this, man. What the prophets for real. Go on,
Can I make a point on what you just said, Jay? Based on that scripture, that the ministry be not blamed, that also goes to like attire and stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
You wearing like cargo, everything's cargo. What if one item, you know what I mean, but your whole outfit's just cameo? Like you're trying to go in the fucking army, the garments looking all militant and that, man. You have to be careful of that, man. That the ministry be not blamed. That's also associations, man. I don't give a fuck, man. Fuck all them other camps in England, though. Fuck all of them, man. They'll come on your board, oh, Shalom. But then hold on, they're teaching another thing. All it as Caleb said, your history, they also know who you're linking up with. They know your primary school friends. They know your secondary school friends, man. They know your boss at work. They know the new employee that just came after you. They know your whole circle, man. So you think they don't know, oh, well, he's cool with that camp. And that camp teaches this. So automatically, he's in GMS, but he teaches the same thing. Be careful, man.
That's right. And that's probably, and you know what too is more sensitive, you said that. Maybe them niggas could be agents too. Because why is it that all of a sudden, these dudes is just looking weird out there? With the militant look. What's up with the militant look? And just trying to sound aggressive and shit. What's up with that? So, you gotta look at that as well. It may look cool because, people are waking up, but bro, like you got certain people out there that's gonna be used to stage some kind of psychological operation and then blame the whole fucking issue. Like this nigga we know, man. I ain't gonna bring this thing out there, but we went over there to where them Amalekites was at, and called themselves doing A, B, and C. If you know what I'm talking about.
Agent
right?
provocateurs, they call them.
Yeah. So you got certain guys that were, among the brotherhood, but they were out. They got kicked out because they were fucking right anyway, but they still out there. Yeah. All kind of situations going up.
That was it on the
Yeah. You're going, bro.
Proverbs 19 verse 21. There are many devices in the man's heart.
Oh yeah.
Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord our power that shall stand.
Right, and that's really the point that I want to build on this. I want to get back to this point. I forgot about it. Right. The point of the matter is that what's happening right now was already set up to happen. This is the Lord's story. This ain't no man's story. This ain't Esau. Oh yeah, let me figure a way on how to bring an end to all manner of variations of organizations that speak up against government. This is the Lord's plan. You're not going to stop this truth, Esau. Actually, as a matter of fact, you are a part of the truth. You're just playing the bad guy. Okay? Somebody pulled the scripture out in Proverbs somewhere where it reads, man's goings of the Lord, and how can a man then understand his way? But read that again, Baba Pashana.
Proverbs 19 verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord our power that shall stand.
And this is the point. The counsel of the Lord that shall stand. Look up the word counsel in the Hebrew. Because really, that's the end all be all. It's all about what the Lord is doing out there. It's not about what men are doing. We're not supposed to be afraid of what men are going to do. It's about what the Lord is going to do. It's what we should be afraid about. Like this whole notion of, man do things at random. Nah, no. The Lord does things for a particular purpose. And the purpose as to why the Lord's doing this is because the Lord is getting ready to crash this system.
That's right.
That's the main reason as to why we're going through this situation right now.
What's the word, Elder, you said?
I got it.
Right.
I got it, right?
Okay.
Proverbs 20 and 24 says, Man's going are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
And you know what's heavy, right? If you look up that term person, actually goes into that. Where it says that we're all the characters playing in the film. The term person. If someone can look at that in the etymology, look up the word person. That's all right. So we're all basically puppets. And the Heavenly Father is the higher puppeteer. That's why we call him the Most High. He's all around. He's omnipotent, and he's the Most High. He's the highest of all of his creation. So if he created all of the life of the living, would he have something to do with his creation and controlling that? Of course he would. Go on, brother.
Hebrews chapter 12 verse 9. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
Go to the Etam online.
Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits
and live? And that's the point. He is what? Known as the Father of spirits. So again, I say, we're not supposed to be afraid of the end. What men are going to do. No, what men are going to do is going to be because the Lord has purposed it to be. All right? That's the bottom line. Because we know all the spirits, whether spirits you don't see or whether spirits you do see in the physical format. We're all controlled. We're basically pretty much all been handpicked and chosen to be here on this earth to fulfill his purpose. All right, when you came here on this earth as a newborn out of your mother's womb, did you have anything to do with that? No, you did not. All right, so if you didn't have anything to do of coming here, if you didn't will yourself to come here, then guess what? Somebody else will you to come here. So that's the Most High, obviously. So if you didn't have no control what time and how you was going to look to come here on this earth, then guess what? Somebody else has something to do with that once again. And that means that somebody else is controlling your life. Okay? People think that they're in control. People ain't in control. It may look like it because, the Most High gave you a spirit. The Lord gave you your organisms and everything like that, but just primarily your spirit to do what you will. But you're really not doing what you do. You're doing what the Lord wants you to do. So these devils at the very top, they're going to do certain things to bring an end to their civilization under the guise of this notion of a new world order. And the build up to that, they're gonna, stage certain events to happen worldwide. And what I'm also thinking too, there might be a series of events that could happen. You might have one event where you might have a bunch of people that stage to pretty much do something to the London Bridge. They've even made films about this stuff. Okay? You might have a situation that happened in Paris. All over the main ends of the Western Hemisphere in Europe. And then point the finger, oh yeah, the Muslims. And then whoever's looked similar and whoever's got a message which is against government, they're going up all of us in. Yeah? So this is the thing. So we're very privy to all of this, man. Come on, we've already mastered the book of light and the spirit. The water Yahweh Bashi al Shafir. So we've understood the scriptures. Then come on. Like, obviously we're gonna understand the in and outs about this world, and including the characters that's playing in this film. Okay? Yes, you got the word, right?
I got the word. He said, etymology online, person. A human being from old French. Human being, any one person. Let's go skip it. Directly from the Latin personia.
Yeah.
Human being, person, personage.
Yeah.
A part
Once
of.
you get the term persona, go on.
A part in drama, assumed
Right,
character.
that's the point I'm making. Yep.
A mask, a false face.
Right. Read it again. Read that one more time, that part you just read. And I want you to slow it down.
Okay, bro. A part in drama, assumed character. Originally a mask, a face, a false face.
Right. So are we bearing a false face now? Are we in the flesh? Because our true self is the spirit. That's our true self. So the false face is what? The physical form that we're in right now. Go on.
Such as those of wood or clay, covering in the whole head,
Right.
worn by the actors in the Latin, later Roman theatre.
Right. So isn't our body covered in clay? Of course it is. But this is just speaking on, how the Romans used to do it. But you could put it together. You can link what you're saying with our way of life right now, with what's going on with the Most High and us. Go on.
Covering the whole head, worn by the actors in the latter Roman theatre,
Right.
offers the general explanation of to sound through, i.e. the mask as something spoken through and perhaps amplifying the voice.
Absolutely. So we all, it's like I just mentioned, when you was born out of your mother's womb, you didn't have no control of it. All right? You didn't have no control what you was going to look like. And everything else. The Lord had everything to do with it. Because you're going to be playing a part in His story. You're going to be going through a couple of various things that He wants you to go through. Most High, He's the highest director of this story called life. Here you get the term, His story. So this is His story. So never mind what these devils are going to do. Fuck these devils. All we know is the fact of the matter is this. We have the Bible, right? And the Bible, as we know, is the book of life. Okay? And the Bible speaks about many different various things concerning the prophets. The prophets had visions of things that was going to come. Okay? Just like, for example, when you watch your television, what you're seeing motion pictures. Alright? So even the prophets saw things from their mind, basically their mind. And the Most High pretty much showed them these visions of things that's bound to come to pass.
Can I say something there?
Go on, brother.
What you said is beautiful because the Bible, what we use, and the word Bible is basic instruction. Basic instructions before leaving Earth or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
And that's what we need. We need the scriptures for that. Yeah? Instruct us.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say this too. We have this storyline. You know what's getting ready to come and happen. So this is all a part of it. The whole agent thing, the whole Esau Olympic us up to persecute us. It's all a part of the story of the Lord. It's called drama, brother. Go on, brother.
Proverbs 21, what you said. 21 and 1 says, The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord.
Yes.
As the rivers of water, he turneth it with wheresoever he will.
Absolutely. So if the Most High's hand is in the heart of the king, how much more a regular average has to? Come on now. So we're all being controlled by the Lord to fulfill a certain purpose on this earth. So that's why we gotta fear the Lord, because the Lord can turn you into a demon.
Yep.
The Most High can make you a righteous soul, and then basically you have to do a 180 spin over. Like my man, like what is it, King Saul?
Yep.
King Saul was riding the right kind of way. And then he turned around and became a demon. And then eventually he went even more worse. He considered onto the rich of Endor, trying to get Saul back. Samuel, excuse me. The water, brother. He trying to get Samuel back so that he can get back in the Most High's good graces. See, this is his story, man. So the point of the matter is that we ain't got shit to worry about. As a matter of fact, we should be actually happy inside. Because I'll tell you the truth, man, my worst nightmare is this, is that we gonna be here for another 10 years. That's my worst nightmare, man. If we don't, because I'm gonna just say this too, yeah. I'll tell you what, before I even go there, let's just read the scripture. Because I want the scriptures to start, and then I can get to that point. Yeah, so someone get me, oh yeah, no, read what you got, the Hebrews 12.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh,
Huh.
which corrected us, and we gave them reverence.
Right, and we gave them reverence. That's our parents. We gave your parents reverence. They that have raised you, they that have brought you here on this planet Earth. Okay, through the act of sex. Go on.
Shall we not much rather be in subjection
So how much more should we much rather be under the roof? Go on.
unto the Father of spirits and live?
Unto the Father of spirits and live. So we're serving a power that's basically the Father of spirits, the Father of life itself. Hence his name is called, he is the existing one. So when we came to this truth, it's like I was watching a live that the apostles did. I think it was last week. And Apostle Hall broke down Ezekiel, what is it? There was a particular verse in Ezekiel 37, the word breath. Now the word breath is basically half of the Most High's name, right? The term power means what? Exist or existing one. So when you don't have the connection with your power, you're basically dead. So these people are nothing more than a walking dead because they don't have the connection with their heavenly Father. Which really, go on, brother.
That's why the scripture says, and the Most High breathed the breath of life
Yes.
into Adam, and he became a
Living soul. What made him a living soul? Because he had the knowledge, which then what? Made him exist in the eyes of the Lord. So you can be alive physically in the format. People can see you, but the Lord don't see you. Okay? So that's a heavy thing right there. I mean, well, obviously the Lord sees everybody, obviously, but I'm just saying, the Lord don't recognize you. I'm saying from a spiritual sense. He don't recognize you. You're nobody. That's why it also says in the scriptures too, let the multitude that were born in vain perish. Because the Lord don't recognize these niggas. That's what it is. So the remnant that have converted with truth, which the term convert means with truth, it's the same thing. Right? Those are the Lord's men that he recognizes. Okay? Those are the men that's alive and well in his sight. So fuck the world, man. Fuck all of these people. And fuck these agents too, because they're trying to hold the world up. How can you hold a world up that's going to get ready to crash? And they're going to crash their damn selves. And it's already written that the Lord is going to crash this world. The water, brother.
I'm okay, brother. Don't worry.
This world is getting ready to go down. And Esau, and this is the thing. That's why Esau is doing what he's doing. With this Hamas situation all up in Israel. Why is he doing that for? Because he knows he's going to have to get going, man. Going, bro.
There's another point as well. There increased police presences in a lot of small hat communities now as a result of this. So what they're really trying to do is they're going to push a lot of anti-Sem rhetoric in their media, and they're going to try and brandish us as being anti-Sem as well.
Yeah.
So you can see Esau's setting the pieces up on the board to play a certain angle.
A lot of the still have roles where there's a holy coast, like well-to-do shops where they do culture food and all that. And there was an attack on one of the shops, and they showed it on the news. They showed the window and everything. But I remember that shop. I used to always be in and out of that shop doing deliveries with the culture food. So there, that was like, could have been a food flag, but around that area they say that the children, when they go to school, they have to be undercover and they can't wear the uniform and that. Which, as you say, to back up what you're saying, they're promoting that they're really I believe there's a lot of it made up. Or you might just say exaggerated stories, you know. So they can't play that victim card. Yeah. Yeah, embellishing. So,
yeah, and let's get back to the point. Esau knows that they're running out of time now. A lot of people are waking up and they're not buying into the mainstream narratives anymore. So it's like, what the fuck do I do? I'm in the power seat and no one's really respecting my power. It's like I mentioned earlier before, he's smart. You can be sitting in the highest seat all day, every day. But if no one recognizes your power, you ain't got nothing. This is where Esau's at right now. So that's why he's going to set up some kind of sort of psychological operation or a bunch of psychological operations, holy crises at the same time to basically disturb the people so much so of trauma, and through that he can then bring the change and centralize all power to himself, using the Hegelian dialectic, and as well as the model, which is very important to the 33rd degree. Just a little bit of research on it. The term auto-apkeo. And you know, to a degree they're correct, because in order for you to bring change, you do have to traumatize the planet Earth. You do have to bring trauma to bring the change. It's like metals. If you look at certain metals have a peak point of temperature. So once you burn a metal to a certain degree, you can bend it.
To add to that, that's why they call it losing your temper.
Yes.
Because when the metal gets heated to a certain point, that's when it loses its structural integrity. So
Right.
like if you are someone who's got a bad temper, if you lose your temper,
Yeah.
you've lost your structural integrity, you've broken down.
Yes. Now you're bending.
Yeah.
You're out of character. So this is what you saw basically. He needs to exact a high level amount of trauma to bring the new change. However, this is the Lord's plan and idea working out that we gotta focus on. Because if you can't, brother, read that to me again, Proverbs 19 and 21. So we're starting to rain real fast. The devil don't want us out here, brother. We're still kicking his work. Don't matter. That's right, no brother. Wisdom and season and analysis. We prove and rebuke with all long suffering. And it's cold at the same time.
When rain stops, when rain drops, where it stops.
Listen, look. Proverbs 19, verse 21.
Yeah.
There are many devices in the man's heart.
So you're someone that be Psalms 33 verse 10 as well. Yeah.
There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord our power, Yahweh Basham Yoshai, that shall stand.
So we all of us have thoughts and ideas and purposes that we want to see play out. Because you know what? Nothing trumps the purposes of God. Nothing does. So your idea may be in activation if it's a part of the purposes of the Lord. And we know that according to the book of Revelations, 13, 9, not 13, 9, 10, 13, 15, and 16, we know that they're going to bring the MOTV prophecy. Before other end-time prophecies, taken to our exact news that turn step. So we know this. We know that the time of greatest trouble is going to take place as well. Right? All of these things. So this is what Esau is going to do. Esau is going to be instrumental in bringing the evil day. As it is written, the Lord has created all things, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So he's going to be instrumental in bringing in the evil time. And it's going to be the Lord pretty much plundering his heart to do that. Okay? So that he can lose him, is as it is also written in the book of Proverbs, so where it says, what is it? Wrath have slaked the citizens. So they're going to be slaked by their own wrath. When they come in exact wrath, by that same wrath and energy, as it is also written in the book of, what is it, Galatians 6 and 7. Most times not mine. But whatever man saw, that should be also reap. So Esau's going to reap the same energy that he dished out, and if not much more. Go on.
Want me to read it out now?
Yeah.
Psalms 33, starting at verse 10 says, Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught.
Yes.
He maketh the devices of the people of none effect.
Of none effect. Go on.
The counsel of Yahweh standeth forever, the thoughts of his hearts to all generations.
The thoughts of his hearts to all generations. So no matter if you were born in the 16th century, the 17th century, no matter what time you were born in, all men are under the strength and the power of the law. Alright? And through this strength and power, this will is going to be what made manifest through men. That's how this thing is going down. I want you to read that again about the show.
Khan, once again, this is Psalms 33 verse 10. Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught.
And that's what he's going to do with this stuff. When this devil brings that new world order in, or when he's about to bring it in, something's going to happen now where it's not going to work out. That's in the book of Job, the 20th chapter. That he shall do in straits, position of difficulty, when he is about to fill his belly. Then shall the Lord rain it upon him. What is that thing that's going to be rained upon him?
The nukes.
The nukes. And he's going to bring, or the Lord is going to allow him to bring his own destruction. You see? So how do we know all of this stuff? How is it that we're able to speak boldly? I'm only talking like this because it's raining, man. Right? And it's cold as well at the same time. It's kicking my ass, man. But yeah, how do we know that this stuff is sure? Because we have a sure word of prophecy. Again, we know the book of life, don't we? So that's why we say what we say. And we're basically the prophets of the Lord. That's really what we are.
Well, I mean, actually, we're like insider traders. Like, there's something in, these sort of stock market stuff, they call it insider trading, where we got certain knowledge about what's going to happen to the stock market before anybody else.
Absolutely.
So we know where to invest our funds. We're investing in the kingdom of heaven, man.
That's it.
And rather than investing in this world.
And that's going to stand, because when you talk about the stock market, it's always going up and down, isn't it? And it goes down, but with the counsel of the Lord, it's going to always stand. It always goes up.
Well, the scriptures say, lay not up your treasures here on earth where moth and rust stuff corrupt, but rather lay up your treasures in heaven where moth and rust stuff is corrupt and thieves neither break in or steal. So that's exactly what we're doing. And even being out here right now, in the midst of this weather, is a demonstration of our faith. You know, you could easily be like, oh, this is wet, let's go home. No, but we're standing stiffly because we believe in this thing.
That's right. As the brother just quoted, we wasted in season and out of season. Okay? So this is what we do. This is what we do best. This is what we love to do. We love to go out to do this. Absolutely. Go on, brother.
Right, so reading on Psalms 33 and verse 10 again. Yahweh bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught.
Absolutely. Go on.
He maketh the devices of the people of none effect.
Right. He maketh the devices of the people of none effect. Their purposes, their ideas. You know, all of these secret meetings, these think tankers, they all get together and conspire against the holy men of the Lord. Right? And as well as the whole nation. They conspire how they're going to change the world. But guess what? If it's not a part of the plans of the Lord, then it's going to be disannounced. All right? Let's read what you got, brother, in the book of Job. I think we might have had it or something.
I got something.
Going up.
Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9. The thing that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done.
Go.
And there is no new thing under the sun.
I tell you what, even more better, get the Ecclesiastes 3 and 14. Let's pull them scriptures out. Because see, Esau, he really believes in his power, his technological power. He really believes that he can change history itself, the ways of life itself. Nigga, you ain't gonna change shit. You can't even take charge of when you gonna take this shit. You can't even control that. So how the fuck are you gonna control anything outside of that, man? Get the fuck out of here. And you know what too, I probably look stressed the hell out too. You know, he was all youthful looking the other day. Now he looked like he's about to pretty much give up the ghost, man.
Who's that?
You know, the fag had Harab. I call him. You know, Harab. You know who Harab. That nigga talking shit. Well, the World Economic Forum guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That speaks, or what is it? Strawberry shortcake, motherfucker.
Ecclesiastes 3 verse 14. I know that whatsoever the Lord our power doeth, it shall be forever.
Yeah. So again, the counsel of the Lord, doesn't that stand forever? Oh, you better believe it. All right. Whatever the Lord so doeth, it is done forever. So any agent, any individual that tends to not tends to, but is showing himself which is against the Most High. Listen, man. You're just gonna all you're gonna find yourself doing is basically using misery. That's all it is. So if you're an agent or you're some kind of individual that has ties with certain intelligent agencies, listen, man, you can tell them niggas, look, they're gonna lose their whole entire kingdom. They're gonna lose their jobs, they're gonna lose everything. Alright? Because we're coming into that time of what the prophets have been saying all of this time, that this world is ending. We've been speaking about the end. And now we're in the end, and you can't do shit about it. Now you could try to kill us, you could try to persecute us, and even that's written to you. You're gonna go, what, seek the persecuted prophets. But if you doing that, this is what's gonna happen to you. Let's read Psalms 105 and verse 14. Because see, the prophets, they're the most important members, or should I say, men of the Lord, to the Lord, excuse me. They're the most important men of God. So if anyone touches the prophets, then guess what? You're going to get touched. It's just that simple.
Reading Psalms 105, 14. He said, He suffered no man to do them wrong. Yeah, he reproved kings for their sakes, saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
Yeah, he reproved kings for their sake. How does the Lord reprove kings? Meaning he takes them, he basically destroys them, takes them out of power. Like if you read the story of when you go into the story of what is it, man? During the time of, I think it's in 2 Kings 19, where you have the Assyrians. They were coming after oh man. But anyway, what happened was there was a particular angel that killed 185,000 Syrians. Hezekiah, right? So he did it for this, and really what the Lord did, the Lord said, look, I'm going to do this for the sake of David. The remnant of Judah shall what? Take up something to that equivalent. So that's what he did. And David was a prophet. So the thing of it is, what happened to those Assyrians, they got fucked up in a big way. Just imagine you walking around 200,000 people, and you just see them die. You just see them drop dead, or you see some explosives kill all of them. Come on, man, that's going to do something to your psyche. That's a major thing. So it took one angel, it was only one angel, that killed almost 200,000 motherfuckers, man, of them Syrians. That's showing you the kind of power that's backing us. So why the hell are we going to be afraid of some fucking devil, man? Bunch of losers that's posing as agents. Man, get out of here, man.
Even the Most High had to like rein in the angel, because he was in the heavens, and that sword was swinging.
Yeah.
And he wanted to keep going.
He was doing too much hurt.
Too much, and the Lord was like, "Yo, chill out."
You know, kill everybody.
Because them angels, they're programmed, man. They're on destruction and kill mode. That's it. They'll just keep going and going and going. Even the Most High was like, "Yo, like, relax," you know. But he took out all of them, man.
No. Absolutely.
So why the hell are we going to be worried about Esau? And why are we going to trust in guns, man? Like Caleb said, the clip runs out, and now you're just standing there with a machine in your hand. That's useless. When you got angels that even the Lord himself has to tell them to slow down.
Can I add to you, brother? Even in the book of Joshua, is it Joshua? When the Lord stopped the sun from going down to make this pure death. You know what I mean? So, that's the fear of the Lord too, see?
So that's the power that we serve. So one angel can do that. And this is a less of an angel under the Yahweh Shah. How much more damage can Yahweh Shah do? Oh my God. And oh, right, this includes Michael the Archangel. These people gonna be coming through too.
Right behind Yahushua.
Right. So we need to be fan them guys, man. Not fan what Esau's gonna do. You know, you got this devil with the turkey that coming down your throat, investigating and interrogating. Yeah, we found this and that. You know, the month of July, 2016. You know, we got the records shows. Come on, man. Like, is that gonna make us flip out? No. The scripture says that what is it? The beginning of knowledge is to fear the Lord. And we have the knowledge already. So when all hell breaks loose, man, we're going to be scared of the Lord if we forsake the way. That's the attitude we're going to have.
Well, quick precept.
We're not going to, Salaki, brother, we're not going to have the attitude of, oh, well, oh, man, I don't know, because he said he got virtues and playing on psychological tactics on your ass. Nah, man, listen, we already got that covered, bro. We don't fear what man can do. We fear what the Lord Yahweh Bashar shines for.
That's true. You mentioned this about Hezekiah earlier, yeah?
Yeah.
2 Kings 19 and 31 says, For out of Jerusalem shall go forth a remnant, and they that escape out of Mount Zion, the zeal of the Lord of hosts shall do this.
Yeah, what was being done?
Right.
All of them people that they got fucked up. That was the zeal of the Lord. So isn't it the zeal of the Lord to establish the kingdom? Goddamn right. So you think, what is it, a very minute group of Edomites is going to stop the Lord's plan? Man, get the hell out of here, man. Go on.
Reading on, 32. Wherefore thus saith the Lord concerning the king of Assyria, he shall not come unto this city, nor shoot an arrow there, nor come before it with shield, nor cast a bank against it.
And when you go further down, you skip. That's exactly what happened. He didn't even come in the city. His ass got the running away like a bitch, man. Because almost 200,000 of his men died.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, bro. Let's even drop that. Someone give me the book of Luke. What is it? Luke 21. Because the scripture says in Luke 21, it says that the powers on earth and heaven shall be shaken. Why are they going to be shaken? Because they're going to see the dramatizing power of our Lord and our Savior. And this is the time that we're transitioning to, man. We're transitioning to the day of the Lord. And that's why you got agents acting as though and playing their part. That's why Esau's about to stage all kind of psychological operations all around the place. Because the day of the Lord is approaching. That's really the thing we should be focusing on, man. Okay? And these niggas is around us posing as fucking agents. The Most High's gonna rip them into pieces.
Luke 21 and 8.
And then they go, and you know what's gonna happen too, according to the book of Daniel 12? According to the book of Daniel 12, the scripture says, some shall wake up to everlasting light, some to everlasting shame and contempt. So all of you niggas is posing as fucking agents, right? Or
Satan's angels.
Guess what, man? Y'all gonna be ashamed of your damn self when it's all said and done. Go on, bro.
This is what Luke 21 and 8.
No, 21, I think it's what is it? Is it 21 and 8?
Take heed that you do not deceive, for many shall come in my name.
No, not that. I'm talking about try on 34, 32. Well, not 28. I think it's
Take
28.
heed lest ye yourselves be any time overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness, for the cares of this life.
No. Try 28, verse 28. Luke 21 and 28. Where it says that powers of heaven shall shake.
Yeah, I've got 26. So I'm going to read from
26 to 28.
start from 25. No. Luke 21:25 says, and there shall be signs in the sun and the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations.
Yeah, that's what we're seeing right now. What is it? Just last week ago, we just had them people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And a new moon.
And the new moon. And also you get your blood moons, don't you? From time to time. You sure do. Go on.
And there shall be distress of nations, with perplexity, and the sea and the waves roaring.
And it shall be what? Distress of nations with perplexity. Remember when we just went into how the Lord controls all things, and even including men. Right? Because the Lord himself, as well as the elder apostle of say, that the Lord is subject unto his word. So at a particular point in time, certain things are going to play out according to the word. So it's playing out right now. So if the word is true, and we're seeing the word in the physical format through our own eyes, then what does that tell us? That we can trust in Yahweh Bashar Shai because he's the author of this life. He's the one that brings in the good and the evil to fulfill his will. Okay? Go on.
Men's hearts failing them for fear, for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Right. You got these niggas getting together in this, what is it, this particular room, right? Inquiring about the UAPs, or that's what we call it here in the UK. In America, they call it UFOs. So they're shitting themselves, man, because they can see what's going on in outer space. And then they shitting themselves too because they're seeing that a lot of people are waking up. They're not feeding into the bullshit that they're telling them. Go on.
Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth.
Yeah, so what they're trying to do, they're trying to exact fear in our hearts because they're scared to trick us. So they're trying to put that spirit on us. Nah, man. While you guys are in fear, rubbing your shoulders backwards and forwards while you can't even sleep in the bed, we're sleeping as newborn babies, man. All right?
It says, and the
Powers
powers,
clear thought, not worrying about a goddamn thing. Go on.
for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming
Right.
in a cloud with power and great
So
glory.
it says the powers on heaven shall be shaken.
Woo!
So that's very telling. So if that one little angel can kill almost 200,000 people, I don't need to revert back to that. But if that one little angel can kill 200,000 motherfuckers, right? Then what can the Lord do, man? It says when the Lord comes back, he's going to shake the planet up.
Well, how many people did the Lord kill in the flood? Saved only 8 souls.
See?
Peace upon us.
And guess what? We coming into the second death, baby, bro. Go on, brother.
Isaiah 24, verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a
I
drunkard,
wonder why that is. Go on.
and shall be removed like a cottage.
Why is that? Because the Lord, when He makes His second return, the earth itself is gonna be shaken under His presence. Now you're gonna have two reasons why. Obviously the missiles, right? Because the scriptures also say that the destruction is gonna be heard on the other side of the world. I'm not paraphrasing, right? But I'm just speaking in general. When the Lord makes His second return, in this case, He can go to the time, right? The Lord's presence himself, his presence, his self is going to shake the earth. So he's going to be demonstrating his power, his absolute grandiose power. And that's why they're going to be shit themselves. All right? Go on.
I'll say it again.
Yeah.
Isaiah 24, verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro
Go on.
like a drunken, and shall be removed like a cottage.
Right.
And the transgression thereof shall be very heavy upon it.
Right. Meaning the destruction is going to be heavy upon it. Due to his transgression. The term transgression just means sin. According to the book of John, what is it? 1 John 3, verse 4. So that's why the Lord is going to what? Destroy this place like he ain't never destroyed another place before.
And Elder, and who are the main transgressors? Esau, Edom, right? And he says there, therefore shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. So when the Lord put down, when Yahweh put down Esau, they are never going to rise again.
That's right, my brother. Like it says in the book of, what is it, Malachi, that the Lord will not leave them neither root nor branch. So when you take a plant from the root, you can't do that. So this system is going to be out, finished. And this is what we're coming into, man. So I mean, yeah, we're going to come into some scary times, and you know, it's going to have some kind of effect on us emotionally. But the Lord is going to put that Holy Spirit on us. We're going to do it. If we believe in Yahweh Shai, then guess what we're going to do? Man? We're going to overcome with good. We're going to overcome evil with good. The good guys always win anyway. I mean, even the Amalekites win back. That's why every film that they've made, they've always shown the good guy win. So they know they're good, man. Yeah, so what else you got? What else scripture we have? Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. One last piece. I forgot anything on that. You got something, right?
I haven't got nothing there, no.
Yeah, so let's get into the story. And then also somebody get me Zechariah 13, 9 and 10. Just do the best you can. I know it's raining over now. Big, you go through this stuff. But yeah, let's get into this stuff. Go on.
The book of Daniel, chapter 3, from verse 14. And it says, Nebuchadnezzar spake.
All the way down to verse 24.
Nebuchadnezzar spake and said unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my powers or my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up? Now if ye be ready, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye shall fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast into the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that power that shall deliver you out of my hand? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our power whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy powers, nor worship the golden image that thou hast set up.
Yeah, so they didn't really give a shit. They were very nonchalant about it. They were extremely nonchalant. They didn't care about what the reaction was going to be. But they was going to be going.
If you put it in today's terms, they basically said, fuck you and your God.
Yeah,
You know?
pretty much.
Go on, brother. Verse 19. Then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah, because basically when they told him what they told him, right? He was like thinking to himself, man, he violated my power. Like, how dare you?
They said it with malice.
Yeah, and they said it with malice too. Who the hell do these niggas really think they are, man? So that kind of pricked me to the heart a little bit. Go on, brother.
And it says, therefore, his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 1/7 times more than it was wont to be heated.
Yeah, because he was pissed the fuck off. Like, how dare you? Go on, bro. He was like when he said to him, I mean, what they said to him, it got him upset. Because all of this time, he was in the spirit of just being able to tell niggas what to do. You know, if he told somebody to jump, he jumped. But these three guys, they wouldn't have it. They said, man, listen, man, we ain't gonna bow down to this. So they pretty much were within the book. They believed that really what it is, let me say it correctly. They were under the fear of the law. They didn't fear this Nebuchadnezzar kind of. They feared the law. And look what the fear of the Lord brought them. We're gonna go into it. Go on.
So like if I may, it reminds me of the 7 brothers and the mum.
Oh, where they tried to make them,
and one by one they was putting them to death, and one of them was stuck out his tongue and was basically taunting them because they understood that it said that they regarded not their pains. Because you got this case as we're getting into, or the elders getting into, where you can get in the fire and not be hurt, but then you've got the other case where you actually feeling the pain, but the spirit's on you to not even like care about it. You know?
And you know what? Because they trusted in the Lord so much, they took it manfully.
Yeah.
They trusted in the Lord.
But I tell you this though, I mean, I would even go as far as saying they fear the law. That's why they just dealt with it. Because when you fear the Lord, man, you do anything.
It says in verse 19, then was Nebuchadnezzar full of fury, and the form of his visage was changed against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded that they should heat the furnace 1/7 times more than it wont to be heated. And he commanded that the most mighty men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and to cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Then these men were bound in their coats, their hosen and their hats and other garments, and were cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeding hot, the flame of that fire slew these men, or those men.
So while they were in there, it didn't have no effect on them. But it was really the men that tossed it in there, they got fucked up by that fire. Excuse my language, man. This is the inside. You know, this brother's getting that shit, getting that. So, yeah, I mean, it slew them instead, rather than slewing the men that actually feared the Lord himself. So this is why the scripture says what it says, man. Especially on the New Testament, that the scriptures is what? It's good for instruction. As we can go back and read the Old Testament, back all over again, playing out our part once again, and we can see the power of trusting in the Lord. Even when I was just bringing out, you know, the Spirit brought it out. Okay? That one angel killed 200,000 Assyrians for the sake of Hezekiah, and also for the sake of David. Okay? So these things are written so that we can read on these things and apply these things in mind when all help these things. Because the time is going to come when, you know, it's going to be equivalent to the time of Messiah, 70 AD. You had the Roman Jewish wars and all that. And these devils, they're going to exact to wrath, as it is written in the book of Revelation 12 and 12, that the devil will come down having great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time. And he knows this already. I believe that they're in this particular point in time now, they're at the stage of knowing that the time is short. So what do you think they're going to do? They're going to do all kind of craziness, and then that would then justify them to exact violence.
They're not going to stop prophecy, but what they will stop is they'll be able to put a stop to the ministry in the street. Because they can say things like, oh, these guys are the T word, they're inciting hate. So they may get us off the street, but that's not going to stop prophecy. But that brings in the fulfillment of the famine of the word. Absolutely. So the fact that if they're coming into that time now, that means that the elect must already damn near be sealed. Because the Most High is not going to stop us from teaching until the elect are sealed. So the fact that we see these things escalating means there's another sign of measuring the time diligently that we are near the end.
Or, you know what? Because the Lord can do whatever the hell he wants. Let's just say you are the elect, and you don't even know this truth. You got certain men that's going to be delivered because they're a part of that. They're a part of that. No. Good point. Yeah. So the Lord, you know, I get what you're saying.
They're helping. They're actually helping prophecy.
Yeah, that's what
I'm trying to hinder it.
Yeah. But there's no hindrance of prophecy, just like you mentioned, because when they put an end to this ministry, then basically, again, like you mentioned, that's the fulfillment of prophecy in angels. So they're not going to stop anything, but that's what they're going to think they're going to do. But they're just pretty much allowing more prophecies to come thereafter. Going on.
It says in verse 21, then these men were bound. No, verse 22. Therefore, because the king's commandment was urgent, and the furnace exceeded hot, the flame of the fire slew those men that took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
So it took them niggas up.
Yeah.
These same niggas that was tossing them in the furnace of the fire. They got fired.
Yeah. And these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
Go on.
Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, was astonished and rose up in haste and spake, and said unto his counselors, did not we cast three men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said unto the king, true, O king. He answered and said, lo, I see four men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt.
And guess what? Go on.
And the form of the fourth is like the son of the Most High.
Yeah, because that was a Lord that was amongst them. All right. So that's why they saw, because it was only three. It was, what is it? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And the fourth was like unto what? The Son of Man. So that was basically how shot right there in the midst, if I'm correct. Okay, because Yahweh Shai means he is a deliverer. So he basically delivered them through the fire. So that's, I mean, even though that was a physical thing that actually happened, a miracle, that's actually symbolic. Because we will go through the fire. Somebody get Zechariah 13, 9 and 10.
And that like the scriptures deal with the numerology, not on the Kabbalah, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's
Fuck
that bullshit.
man.
Yeah.
But 4 represents mercy, man. And Yahweh Shai was that 4th man in the fire with them. Man. You know, and then you got in the Apocrypha, the song of the 3 holy children, which gets into it on another side of things. Man. You know, and when you keep reading, it says when they came out of the fire, not even their hairs were singed, and neither did their clothes smell like smoke. So they were totally protected, man.
It's like they didn't even go in.
They didn't even go in. The song of the 3 holy children said the Lord created a cool moist within the fire. So he gave them the
air conditioning.
That's the Lord of the elements, man. You heat the fire up 7 times and you put their asses in there and they got in aircon, man. The Lord created a cool moist for them, man. That shows you when the Lord Yahweh Shai is with you, man. You're good, man.
I've got it here.
Go on.
Romans 8 verse 31. What shall we then say to these things? If the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai be for us, who can be against us?
Read it again.
Romans 8 verse 31. What shall we then say to these things? If the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai be for us, who can be against us?
That's just the thing. Because what? We represent him. We represent the truth. No one can do nothing against the truth before the truth. Alright? Whosoever what? Abideth in the word of the Lord shall abide forever, just like as it is written. That's something that I see. That's not the scripture. That's just something that I can see. Just like it says in the book of Matthew 24. Heavens and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. So we abide in his word, and we ain't gonna pass away. John 3:16 tells you that very much so. Whosoever believeth. No, that's on John 7:38. I tell you what, somebody get it, man, because I'm gonna butcher it.
I've got one that backs you up though. Matthew, is it 24:18?
I got it. If God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, that
Whosoever
whosoever
should believe on him.
should not perish but have everlasting life. So there's no death if you believe in Yahweh Shai. And even though some of us may be mortals, we're going to be what? Resurrected again. Just like how he was resurrected. Okay? Go on.
I was going to say, the one I was going to quote is Matthew 24:18. I remember that I am with you even unto the end of the world. So Yahweh Shai is with us if we remain with him.
Yes.
And I've got the one you called for, Zechariah 13, starting at verse 8. And it shall come to pass in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die. But the 3rd part shall be left therein. And that's speaking about Babylon the Great. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire.
Right. So the Lord is going to bring the 3rd part through the fire. Go on.
And I will refine them as silver is refined.
Right.
And I will try them as gold is tried.
And I will try them as gold is tried. So through all of this affliction that the Lord is setting up through Esau, we're going to have to pass through all of that. Okay? And we're going to pass through all of that in flying colors if the Spirit of the Lord is with us. We may get hurt here and there and there. We may have an emotional reaction to it. But guess what? We're going to pass it. All things are possible with all things are possible with the Most High.
Philippians chapter 4 verse 13. I can do all things through Yahweh Shai.
Absolutely. Nothing's impossible, baby. All right. So it don't really matter how far Esau go with it. And you know what? So I'm going to say this as well. The drama that's coming on the earth, it needs to come so that the change can be. Because great changes don't come when times are neutral. Whenever last did you have changing events happen through neutral times? This never happened.
Peaceful transition of kingdoms never happened.
That's bullshit, man. So you need drama.
I mean, you watch the news, they're talking about how these innocent children are being, whatever, with their heads, I don't want to say, with their heads, and all these people dying innocently. We're going to see lots of death, coming.
Yeah, and you know what, too? The Lord is going to give us the spirit to enjoy all of that. As a matter of fact, since I said that, if you can, Brother Kashawn, give me Job 5 to the best of your ability. I know it's hot out here, man, with this rain and shit. actually it's cold.
You know when it gets really cold, you actually feel your hands heating up because it's the cold that makes frostbite is actually making your hands feel like they're hot. That's when it gets so cold, your hands feel like they're hot. That's why it's called frostbite.
And this is good for your testosterone too. They say it's cold.
Job 5.
Yeah, Job 5, and I think it's what 20. I think it's like what 21. You know where it reads that thou shalt laugh.
Oh yeah, can't go. Okay. Job chapter 5, verse 22. At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
That's to the finish right there. You're gonna laugh during the times of famine. And you're gonna laugh during the time of destruction. So what kind of mental you gonna have to have? That's some bugged out shit. When you think about it, the Lord is gonna have to, the Most High is gonna have to give us a bugged out kind of mindset to persevere through all of this great shit that's going to happen. Because the time is going to come. Since the nation was placed here on this earth in the book of Daniel 12, and preached about this. So now we're going to start to see it play out, and we're in the beginning stages of it. Look what's going on in Israel today. That's just a starting mark right there. And then they're going to build from there. Go on, my brother.
Yes, Elder. Psalms 91 verse 10. There shall be no evil before thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling.
Right, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Go on.
For he shall give his angels charge over thee.
All right, so we're going to be good. We're going to be good. Now, the ones of us that do that, like I said, is it's mentioned in the book of Revelation, the 20th chapter, that the souls of those were beheaded. Okay? So that's going to play out. But the elect overall, the ones that don't die, they're going to be all right. They're going to be good through all of this mess, man.
Even the ones that do die, they're going to be cool. Job said, though he slay me, yet will I trust in him.
Absolutely.
I will see my power. And there's another one in Psalms, precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints.
Yeah. That's right.
When you die, you go up to the spirit realm. You get resurrected. You're alive anyway,
You're alive.
in a different realm.
Yep.
And then the Lord sees you as precious, man.
Yep.
That's why the scripture says, don't fear him who can kill only the flesh, but fear him who can destroy both your soul and on the body.
That's right. And really, when you check it out, we ain't dying anyway. We just transitioning from one physical playing field to a spiritual playing field.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So, listen, man, all of you angels, all of you demons out here, right? All you doing is you on the losing team, man. That's all it is.
Like the wolves.
Right. Because when this world crumbles apart, you're gonna be crumbling apart with it too. All of you niggas gonna be in a fetal position like the world is gonna be. That's how it's gonna go down. We are gonna win. We are here to, listen, man, we was born to lose, but we're here to win.
That's right.
Alright? So that's just how it's gonna go down. That's what's playing out in this realm right now. The men of Yahweh Shah Shah have already won.
Yep.
And it's already written. The book of life already spoke about us winning. So now we're gonna win. Alright? And can't no one change that. Go on, brother.
If I could say it, Elder, remember, look what Yahushua went through. He said it pleased the Lord to bruise him. Right. So you're there looking for protection, like using his guns and his knives, right? You're not putting the trust in the Lord. But look at Yahushua. He had to go through it. He had to go through that.
But
right?
check this out, though. Yahushua going to do what he went through. That's showing you that there's nothing possible. There's nothing. What is it? There's nothing impossible with the Most High. You can't build a book of Kushab to do that again. Philippians 1:13, I think you have. It's Job. Oh, Job. Okay. What's the read? No, you just read the one that you just read before. Philippians. I quote it. I can read it. Here it comes. Philippians 1:13. I remember what you said before. Oh, 4:13. Okay. I was off by 3 chapters.
Philippians chapter 4 verse 13, and it says, I can do all things through Yahushua which strengtheneth me.
Yeah. So that's just the thing, man. Like Yahushua persevered in the cross, but he did it because the power of the Father was backing him. That's why he said afterwards that he said it in the Hebrew. A liar, denied. Like, in other words, what he was saying was, you forsaken me, my father. Something to that equivalent. You forsaken me, because he felt the presence of the power and evil. So what was pushing to undergo that process of having to down and cross for our sin? It was the Most High. So that same presence is going to be with us in the trying times to come, which is going to be needed. Because Daniel says that the time is going to come since there was a nation. That's why also it says in the book of Second Esdras, as Esdras put it, if what is it? How does it go, man? He said something to the equivalent of who should, what is it? Who should find faith on the earth? Something like that.
The Son of Man comes, shall he find faith on the earth?
Shall he find faith on the earth? Come, right? So it's going to get so bad out here. You're going to have the faith, and that's why I'm going to just speak in general. All of you brothers is in the street, you know, that's going through something, or you ain't getting what you want out of the deal, and you getting all fucked up out of that one little thing. How you going to make it with no help breakers? If you can't deal with the little shit that you're having to deal with right now, how the fuck are you going to deal with no help breakers? You're not going to be able to do it if you can't deal with this situation.
Calm.
And this is a part of you being patient. You know what I'm saying? Whoever this applies to, man, you have to learn to be patient. Because I know, man, like, you know, we young men, and we know how it is. We want shit quick. We want things in the way that we want it to be done. Right. Right. Yeah, so the thing of it is, in life, man, you gotta understand this, right? And I'm not trying to sound like an old guy. I'm still relatively a young man like the rest of you brothers are. Okay? But I'm just saying, everything takes time, man. Everything takes time. You have to wait. Okay? Just because certain thing takes a long time, it doesn't necessarily mean it ain't never gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You just gotta be diligent. Go on, brother.
As you said, Ella, we have to wait. And this is a top scripture here. Proverbs 3 verse 5.
Yeah, read this and we're going to close out.
Trust in the Lord our power with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding.
And that's a beautiful scripture. That hits the point right there. Lean not unto thine own understanding. So just because you don't see something going your way, man, fuck that. Fuck it. Eventually it will go your way. Just have to wait. You got to be patient, man. Because a lot of us, you know, as Israelites, man, we grew up not having patience. You know, our parents want, you know, you hear your parents say, like, what's going on, you know, especially your moms, man. You know, like, shit don't go her way, and she's all acting all out of character. So that mindset kind of wrapped up on us, the ones of us anyway. Yeah. Go on, bro.
Hey, man, I fucking hate that. Salaki, man.
Nah.
Hey, so fuck, man. Everything just, you're rushing, man. You know, quick, now. Why?
Right.
Haste makes waste.
Why,
Waste,
man?
exactly.
That's some woman shit, man. Fuck that, man. The Lord called us to be men, man. You know, we have the ability to move quick, but hey, man, sometimes you just gotta slow down, man. Slow down and understand the process of things, man. That rushing spirit, that's womanly, man. You're not thinking, you know, that's it. And then when it's time to leave the house with them, you'll be at the door. Oh, I forgot my bag. Oh,
Right.
I forgot my phone. Oh, where's my keys? Oh, I got my... Yeah, because you're fucking rushing, man. So how much more in the truth? We're at the end of days now. And then you're at the front door, as it were, ready to go. The chariots are here. Oh, this. If you just took your time, man, and slowed the fuck down, you'll be all right.
It's like, you know what it is too? It's equivalent to where, like, you know when you're running, right? And you about to step over the finish line.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you about to step over the goddamn thing, man. So just chill out, man. You gonna get yours, man. You just have to wait. Everybody had to go do, you know, the authorization.
Make not haste in time of trouble.
Right.
My son, if you come to serve the Lord, man, you know, that hasty little rushing around the place, man. Panicking, man. That's a recipe for, you're opening the doors to demons, man. You know, I'm flustered. You know, I can't handle shit. Come along. And the demon's gonna walk right in and run your ass out the truth, man. Make not haste in time of trouble. You know, constantly endure, man.
Can I add to that, brother? And that's the way we have to put the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai first. To end this now, it says, in all thy ways, acknowledge him, put him first, and he shall direct thy paths.
And also the scripture says suffer wrongfully too. Sometimes you gotta suffer wrongfully, man. But when you suffer wrongfully and you just eat that, you know, brothers is gonna have to look at you certain way with respect.
Respect, man, yeah.
Because it's like, okay, well, you know, this was said to the brother, and you know, it was a powerful thing that hit him, that knocked his ass out, but he got back up though. The scripture says, what is it, a righteous man falling down and get it back up 7 times, man. You know, so just be patient. You'll get yours, man. You just have to wait. Because I know how it is. Like, you know, I'm in my early 30s, but I remember when I was in my early 20s. And you just quick. You just want shit now. Like, yo, I want this. I know how it is, man. I get it. You know? But as well as I'm going to say, man, take it from all of us. Take it from the brothers that's going through certain things. You will get yours. You just got to be dedicated to it. You know, this is also part of being a man, too. Having a suffering in terms of getting things that you know that you really want, but not in your own time. It's all to build you up. All right. So fuck all of that weak shit. And this ain't the time to be fucking getting weak. We're all brothers, man.
Weird.
Yeah, weak and weird. What is it? You don't want to do 2 of the W's. Yeah, weak and weird, man. Fuck that shit, man. So what if you ain't get what you want? Life goes on.
If I may add to that, Brother Shah, it's not about what we want anyway. It's about the Lord's will.
Yeah.
I keep saying Matthew 6, Lord's Prayer, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So it's all the Lord's will, man. Sometimes our will doesn't correlate with what the Lord wants. So what do? We throw our toys like a prayer and be like, oh, Lord, exactly. So we got to change ourselves. It's like, you know when Neo's looking at the spoon in the Matrix, and the little bald-headed kid says to him, I can't remember, he says something along those lines. It's not the spoon that bends, but your mind's. Right. So that's how we have to be in terms of the things we want in this truth. We have to be malleable because the Lord's will is what's going to be what dictates it.
And to back you up, David said it. He said, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord Yahweh, my strength and my redeemer. So David, it's not like a small guy. David David said, man, basically, Lord, train me to think how you want me to do. Because I can start thinking away, and it's totally different from what you want, man. So let my thoughts be acceptable, man. I mean, whatever you want, let that be what I want, man. You know?
And you know what? That would kill all that noise in your mind, man. And sometimes you gotta go on the fast too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
You might have, because what it is you got, like, you know, certain things happen, and a demon could come in your mind, or you may have a negative reaction to it, and the demon just seeps in your mind and takes control of you. Putting that spirit of doubt in your mind. Or that rudiment of doubt in your mind. Let me say it correctly. Go on.
The demon's there in the spirit realm right next to you, yeah? You're just in your bed laying down, yeah? And the demon's hovering over you. You've got him. You know what I mean? Because you gave heed, man.
Yeah.
That's why the scripture says, bringing every thought into subjection, man.
Right.
You know, you're sitting there contemplating, not rebuking yourself, and the demon's hovering over your bed. We have him now. And then all of a sudden, next week, you come into brothers, hey bro, man, I don't know anymore, man.
You know, it's funny, we laugh and we joke about it, but it actually happens every night, man.
It happens.
Because, what does it say? Islam brings upon the bed, openeth their thoughts and sealeth their instructions. Every night that happens, man.
And sometimes, you know, check this out too, because they would also say in the book of Job, the 2nd chapter, it says that the sons of God were in the midst, right? And also Satan was there in the midst. So the Lord can put Satan inside of your mind, man, or a particular spirit which is satanic, while you sleeping and have you do some fucked up shit. Or you might be at the camp, you know, all throughout the week, you know, let's just say for 5 years straight, you know, you be good. And then all of a sudden you do a spin of voodoo. You know what I'm talking about. Those of you that own the right? You doing the spin of voodoo, and you doing a winning spin around. You a different nigga now.
A new creature will be born in wickedness.
That's right. So you don't want that, man. So that's why you gotta always be positive, man. And don't worry about what you want, how you view, because it may not be the case. And like you mentioned, brother, it's all in the will of the Lord.
And as it said there, you know, it talks about the wiles of the devil.
Right.
And it comes in a physical form and a spiritual form.
And a spiritual
so we have to work double hard, you know.
And I'm gonna even say it to brothers as well, man. All of you brothers is watching, man. Always stay on top of yourself. The scripture says examine yourselves to equal in the faith. Triple things. Go on, bro. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna have to close now because you know they about to close the park down. You know, what is it? They close every sundown, some shit like that. So yeah, with that being said, we want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadosh.
We about to win.
Yeah, the apostles are great big story.
And bishops too.
And bishops.
Shalom to 144,000.
Yeah. Shalom.
Shalom.
Want to take this one?
Yeah.